Good afternoon, boys and girls. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are on the planet. Hope you're well. Hope your bass playing's going absolutely fabulous. We are here, live chat 105 here on Brooks's Bass Corner, coming to you live from London town here in the UK. Slightly different time this week. It's not the regular 2 o'clock UK time thing. We are 5 o'clock. There's a reason. There's method in the madness. Our fine friend, man across the pond, and they call him other things as well. The man with the pink beard, he's at the Amigo, I can see him laughing, the Amigo Nashville Guitar Show in Nashville, of all places. He's there. He's our roving reporter this week. Going to be bringing him live up very shortly. He's going to give us a guided tour of the guitar show. Let us talk to some of the retailers, the manufacturers, the distributors that are there. You might also be there. I don't know. I'm here in London. Who knows what's going on in Nashville? I hear it's a very nice place this time of year. So he's going to be giving us a guided tour of the show. It promises to be a real treat, of course. And I hope your bass playing's going well. I hope you've had a busy week. I've had an extremely long and very busy week. So we caught up last Saturday. I'd just done a Queen show. I had Uncle Funk show last Saturday at the Drill Hall in Ware. Jerry Blair, good to see you again. And John, can't remember his surname. Hold on. That's good, isn't it? Polished as always. John Cooper. How could I forget your surname? I just always know you as John. It's John, isn't it? Of course it's John. Both of them came to the show. We had a blast. There's some pictures, there's some videos. I'll put them up later as we go through the live chat, let you see what we were doing. Hope you had a good time, chaps. Hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for coming along. As I've said before, I said it last week. I said to those guys, don't buy tickets. You can just come to show on guest lists. It's fine. That's the way the business works. You got people, friends in high places. No point having contacts if you can't make use of them. In the nicest possible sense, of course. But you don't need to buy tickets. If there's a gig and we sell out, then you get in on the guest list anyway. If something's really slow, then I might ask you to buy a ticket now and again, but it's never a prerequisite. If you just want to come along to the show, you just let me know in advance. I'll put you on the guest list. But it was fine to meet you. Had a blast. Show was great. Then Sunday was the killer. The sleep killer, the health killer. Yeah, 4.5 hours all the way to Plymouth. Did an hour show. And then drove 4.5 hours all the way back. Almost 500-mile round trip. Still feeling the effects of it now with all the driving. So that was a bit of a killer. But the show was fine. Had a good time down in Plymouth. So if you were at that Queen show at Trelawney Manor down in Loo near Plymouth, hope you had a good time. And then this week's been a bit rampant. We've had lovely weather here in the UK. So it's been a case of getting outdoor jobs done. Things on the house, make the most of it before the rain comes. We've started getting rain showers today and we're going to get more over the next couple of days. So I had to get a load of jobs done before I got to yesterday. So yesterday was another Queen show with Supersonic Queen. I've got one more to do. Yesterday's show was up in Leicester. So it was an early leave here from Brooks Towers. And it was great. We thought we were playing from 8 till 10. We didn't actually hit the stage till 10 o'clock. Finished at midnight, left at about 10 to 1, got back through the door at about 3:15 this morning. So bear with me if I'm a little weather beaten today. But the show was fine, a lot of fun. Today, got this lovely live chat with you fine people, of course. I've been preparing for the Decades of Dance show. We're doing a rehearsal tomorrow. It's the first time we've run this show since we did the first show back in October. I've got my notes. Where did I put them? They're down there, aren't they? I showed you these last week, so this is what I wrote out when we did the show before. There's about 44 songs. It's a lot of songs, a lot of medleys, lots of stuff going on, lots of changes, lots of pedals, lots of effects, all of that. So it's been a case of revisiting all of that material today, and we've got a 6-hour rehearsal tomorrow. So going to be running all that. We've got a show coming up on April the 12th in Bishopstorf. Yeah, Bishop Stortford at Home and Eat. So that's, well, tomorrow's like a refresher. And then we've got we're basically all independently responsible for keeping those songs in our heads, keeping it sort of ticking over until we get to that gig. It's 3 weeks away. I think the rehearsal is too early, but it's the only Sunday we could get all of us together, and there's 9 of us in the band, so it's like trying to get everyone to commit a Sunday in their diary was hard work, but this is the only one we could do, so that's how that's going to happen. Get tomorrow out of the way, and then basically I've got 10 days of YouTube content. Crazy long form stuff, short stuff. We've got another live chat next week, and then we get back into the Tuesdays from the 1st of April. If you're regular here on the channel, you'll know I've started putting on all the live chats running through April, May and June, so all of those are there. If you want to sign yourself up for those, give them a thumbs up in advance. That's fabulous. Get that notification on button turned on for all those live chats, and we'll be back with you on Tuesday nights from 8 p.m. UK time on the 1st of April. Dawson, you came in a little early. You probably thought I was doing an earlier chat. Anyway, good to see you. Thank you for the congratulations on reaching 4,000 subscribers. Woo! Brooks's Bass Corner. Yes, indeed. We hit 4,000 subscribers this week. And we also hit 650,000 views in the lifetime of the channel. So since August 2020, we've had 650,000 views of the content that's here. So thank you very much, one and all. I can't do it without you. It's just me putting out content. And if you don't watch it, I don't get those milestones. So thank you, everyone. Steffi from Germany, good to see you. I hope everyone's bass world is fine. I hope all your gear is working. I hope nothing's broken at the moment. So we're going to join up with Mr. Pink himself, Mr. Jamie Millard. He is over in Nashville at the Amigo Nashville Guitar Show. So it's a bit like the guitar shows we have here in the UK. Lots of retailers, distributors, manufacturers, all that sort of caper. So I hope you're ready. I'm coming your way. I can see you there. So we're going to, I'm going to bring you in, right? Get ready for the onslaught. Here we go. Add him to the stage. There he is.
There you are.
Happy Saturday to you.
Cheers. Yeah, you know, you said something about going to the... You said you were going to the loo in Plymouth, so I'm like, well, there's the loo.
No, loo. L-O-O-E. Loo.
Okay, well, I only heard
pronounced
loo.
Indefinitely.
I only heard loo, so you know. No, I'm gonna preface this by saying it's going to be ridiculously loud because you can hear everybody's kind of showing off their best chops, shall we say.
Well, obviously, we're going to get to one point somewhere around there. It's going to sound like a typewriting pool.
Indeed. Well, here, so let me give you kind of an idea.
Here we go. Okay. Excellent. This is what we like. This is what people pay their money for.
That's right. So we're going to go. We're going to go jump into the deluge.
Excellent. Take us. There is no rush. You've got hours. Take your time. If you want to bring any of the stall holders on and they can have a chat and ask questions. You're the roving reporter, so you know, no pressure.
No worries. So we're gonna. I think what we'll do. I saw something a little bit ago, and I sent you a photo of it. But I think we need to go look at it in person, if you know what I mean.
I saw that on Facebook. A double neck Rickenbacker, I think.
Yeah, so we're going to go look at that first.
In black. Super.
Indeed. Can't get more black. Can't get more black.
There's always a market.
That's it. Oh, indeed. But if it's 25 grand.
Yeah, exactly. If anyone else wants to jump in here with Jamie and I and join in live, you can. There's a ticker along the bottom of the screen. Email me, brooksisbasscorner@gmail.com. I'll send you an invite. You click on the invite and you come in here live. So if you see any stuff as Jamie's going around the show and you want to ask questions, you can talk to the people in Nashville. We can open this up as a two-way thing. So, you know, join in, gang. Opportunities here. You might be in Japan. You might be in France. You might be in Venezuela. You want to talk to the people at the guitar show in Nashville? Now's your chance.
You might
take
it
away, my friend.
You might be in the
loo. Well, I might be sat on the pan. You know, you never know.
Right.
That's happened before.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
I've had
indeed.
gigs come in where I've been on the loo. Anyway, enough of that. Let's crack on, hey.
So allow me to start off our wonderful adventure today with this loveliness.
There we go. This is what we're talking about.
25 grand.
25 grand.
This is a 1980 4080 is what it's called.
There's not many of them.
Right. We only made 500 of them for Rickenbacker's stats.
Okay.
So I'll give you kind of a close-up so you can kind of see it.
Yeah. So 4-string bass, 6-string guitar.
Actually, it's a 12-string if you look up here.
Ah, couldn't see. See, it's the camera work, shabby.
Oh, fire the cameraman. Fire the cameraman.
Yeah, camera work's a bit shabby today. We just got this sort of freeloader.
That's right. That's right. Okay, so just as we'll step in, this is something you might be interested in.
Yes. Gibson EBO.
Yep, 1969.
Price?
4 grand.
That's not bad.
It's not
That's
terrible.
not bad for an instrument of that sort of caliber.
Right, now how about this
And that
guy?
vintage. I'm going to just remove that. I'm just going to remove one of the banners so we can see everything you're showing us.
Scott?
There
It's so freaking heavy. It was like, feel how heavy that is.
Well, that's a 70s Les Paul. What do you
I
expect?
got rid of it because it was so heavy, but I owned one of these suckers
Nice.
back in the day.
So,
when they
Mike,
were-
look at this.
Oh, here we go. Year?
We're live streaming in the UK.
Oh, wait, you know what? Oh,
So I have a mate with me. His name is
Hello,
Scott.
sir.
This
Hey,
is Mike.
Hey,
He
good to
says
see
hello.
you.
hey,
How
Mike,
you doing?
you gonna buy a guitar from the United States?
Absolutely. I'll just jump on the bus. I'll be there in about 10 minutes. All
He
right.
says he'll be on the bus and be here in 10 minutes.
Okay, we'll see you in 10.
He said he needs a hair appointment too, so if you're a hairdresser, he'll fix you up.
All right, we're gonna get the hair done and you can buy a guitar.
There you go. See? So,
AI will get you here,
AI
bro.
will
I'm
get you
sure
here
AI
faster,
will
you're
get you
right.
here.
There we are.
so this is actually, Mike, this is actually a 66 Jazz.
Okay.
66, but with binding.
It's completely
Bind.
stuck.
What bass do you play?
Me, I play Yamaha Attitudes, and I've got custom British basses called JDs.
Because you're getting sponsored, huh?
I'm always sponsored.
That's the way to go.
That's right.
So is there binding on the side of the neck there?
Yeah, there was, and there was the Lollipop Tuners.
Excellent. There we go.
Yeah, that was quite spot on. But if you're going to pay 10 grand, it better be spot on.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see what other lovelies we've got in here just for our purposes. Let me see. I know I'm
For
saving a couple.
for viewer information, a 66 Jazz with clay dots, bound neck, lollipop tuners. That's the deal.
Right.
That's
saving
ticking
two
all the
spots.
collectible boxes there.
Yes, indeed. I'm saving 2 spots toward the end because they're nothing but basses. But we're going to get allowed. Somebody's doing a little bit of guitar wankery going on, so we're going to step past that.
That's all right.
That's fine.
While you're having a little mooch, I'll welcome our new viewers on Twitch.
Please
So
do.
one of the fine people on here last week suggested I should set up a Twitch account and stream as we go through StreamYard out to Twitch. So today we're running on YouTube, Facebook and Twitch. So if you're watching on Twitch, very welcome. Brooks's Bass Corner here from London in the UK. We're live. We've got our good friend Jamie Millard over in Nashville taking us around the Amigo Nashville Guitar Show.
Yeah, so for all the guitar players in the room, love ya. Bass players, that's why we're here. Yes.
That's right. Yeah.
Right, so let's see what we've got.
We let
I
them
see an
join
awful
our
lot
bands.
Right, there's an awful lot of Gibsons here, shall we say. Because, you know, they're made here, so it's one of those things.
Well, is there a Gibson stand?
No, actually, no.
Okay.
Oh.
If there was, I'd say to you, go and have a chat with them about the new Tobias reissues. Yeah.
How about that
What's
one?
going on there?
See, that is a 75 4001 fretless.
Fretless.
Factory fretless.
Okay.
Kind of nice. Let me see.
Has it got a poly coat on the fingerboard?
Yes, it does. Here, we'll come close.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. And then, of course,
Right.
let's see, we have this little monster.
Guild.
Little guild. And then, of course, Sir Paul is here.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
but then we get this guy.
Well, you're going from one extreme to the next there.
Well, they're kind of all insorted, but how about this guy?
Ah, Burns.
And then, of course...
Is that a
these,
Burns Bison? I think it's a Bison.
It looks that way, but it's been modified up a bit. It looks like, or it's more recent, because it doesn't have all the stuff that they usually have when I see name tags.
I wonder if it might be one of the reissued Burns that came through the Bass Center when they were the distributors.
It looks like it has some Marzio pickups or shallows, one of the two.
Right. Okay. DL42, good to see you.
So we have a ton of fenders.
Correct.
A ton of Gibsons. Let me find the really good ones, because I've kind of walked around a bit and I've seen a lot of what's here. And again, you know, another thanks to our 6-string partners in crime, but you know, we're well represented here just for certain brands only.
Okay.
Oh no, I've got a lovely one to show you. This was here last year, and I'm surprised no one has touched it. There's a good mate of mine in the UK. His name is David Clark, and this would be for him.
There we are. Oh, of course I know David Clark, you fool.
Yeah, right.
Dave and I talked ref. He was meant to come to Nick's. He was going to be coming to Nick's funeral. Couldn't make it on the day.
This is just for him because it's bird's eye maple.
Yeah.
And
just
it's
a left-hander.
7,800 quid. And the guitar gets noisy. Moving on.
I assume that was a Series 1.
It was, yeah. It was a Series 1.
Okay, 7,850 is pretty reasonable. That's a fairly standard price for Series 1.
Sure, for a left hand though, it's kind of unique because you only have a certain market that's going to purchase. Because how many lefties do you know? I only know 3.
You don't get many left-handed Alembics.
Okay, tell me what this is.
Can I see the headstock? Oh, that looks like a very early Ken Smith.
That's the one. That's the one, and then right next to it, Venture Space.
I do know what that is, I'm trying to think. What's that? I can't see what's on the headstock.
It says Mo's Right Ventures.
Oh, okay. Yeah. And then you've got an Antigua finished jazz slap bang next to it. What's the price on that?
4,700.
Well, I have a friend who lives in Kent, who I used to work with, and he's got a 77 Antigua Precision. I think he bought for like 400 quid.
How about this one?
Okay.
That would be a 1959 EBO Gibson short scale.
Okay.
Let's see what else.
Interesting.
Oh, okay. I see something more unique or something for you. How about this?
That's out of Blackadder. That's
a Gibson.
Okay. Now we're talking vintage.
Oh, we are indeed. For the 6-stringers in the room, here's a 1954 Strat.
Put your wallets back in your pockets, chaps.
Go have a pint if it's not going to happen.
Yeah, how much is that? How much is that Strat?
It doesn't say. That should tell you all.
Probably not for sale. Yeah.
It could be that, or it could just be somebody's looking around for, an adventure waiting to happen. I'm trying to escape
I like the way you sidestep when you were talking to Scott and he says what guitar, he asked you what guitar you play. I thought I heard him say, what guitar do I play? And I thought you sidestepped the issue by going, oh, he's got loads. But you didn't, you went, oh no, I play Yamahas. Oh, good man.
Right. Well, that of course, and I'm not gonna walk away without saying JD at least one time.
Of course.
I think because obviously it's important to me.
Yeah. Jerry Blair, good to see you. Good seeing you last week and chatting bass. Absolutely, anytime, Jerry.
The odds of finding a JD here would be amazing. Speaking of which, I've got something fun for you. You should recognize this name.
Wow.
And then, of course, down here.
Wowzers.
So there's
That's seen a bit of action.
It has indeed a little. I need to look and see if the name's on the back, because I had one of these. Nope, not mine. Not mine. One's a 215, one's an 18. Kind of fun.
Okay.
Let's see what else we got.
What's the likelihood of Mr. Sheehan walking around there?
Probably more so tomorrow than today.
Yeah. I think he's actually writing with Winery Dogs at the moment.
Could be, yeah.
So he's possibly out of town.
That's a good question. We're going to keep sniffing around here. Because it's like, once you do a lap around, you kind of see everything, and then you get to decide what you want to go back and never.
Any bass pedals about? Any effects retailers?
I've seen guitars, I haven't seen bass.
Okay.
So no one specific is focused on bass. But start doing bass and it's going to get close. Excuse me.
So the people who are exhibiting there, are they retailers or are they collectors or?
Could be both.
Okay.
Okay, so you know what? I would be remiss if I came in and didn't see this one.
Wow. Is that a
It's
reissue
19.
or original?
That's an 82.
That's quite reasonably priced.
This is actually a really
Considering the
nice shape
condition.
too.
Yeah.
Right.
It's got a good
So-
grain. The grain's
It is-
more
it's
open.
lovely.
It's not so tight together.
Yeah. It feels like it's got rototones on it. Let's see. How about an early Padula?
Can't go wrong with the Padula. 3.9.
This is a
Yeah.
78.
It's a 78. Wow. That's
One of
actually
the
quite
earliest
cheap.
ones. Right.
That's actually quite cheap for that.
Indeed. So this
Considering-
wise guy, this is his booth. This is the Swarmi's booth.
Ah! Bass Palace.
So you remember the bass palace, the Swami?
Yes.
There I am.
Used to follow your site from about 2000 up until it kind of went into hiding a bit.
He said he's been following you from 2000 on.
Get out.
Yes.
Poor guy. Probably has nothing better to do.
Nothing better to do.
No, I used to come home from gigs
At least
late at
summer's
night
still-
and look through the listings.
And I'm sorry I haven't updated my website since like
It's
early
fine.
September.
You're good.
I'll
You're
get
good.
around to
He
it.
said he's come home from
That's
gigs,
okay.
and that's the first thing he would do is scroll the Swami.
Yeah.
page, so.
No, I used to be religious about updating it.
That
But
was
now
good.
My wife's getting ready to retire, so I'm trying to devote family time to that move. But
I
the
get you.
bases are still coming and going. You know,
That's what we like.
And I'll try to probably. Well, it's my birthday next week.
Mine this week too. What day?
Oh, cool.
Happy birthday.
Wednesday for me.
Oh wow. Yep, I should be home for my birthday.
You should be.
I appreciate you sticking with me. It'll pay,
No
I'm telling you,
problem.
it'll pay off once again.
There's no worries.
Great.
Yeah, so we're just showing bases off. This is going across the view.
I know. Yes. Just delete the part
Jamie,
with me. Just show the
Does he
base.
want a shot? Does he want a shot of the collection?
Should he give him a shot of the collection? He's going to show you what he's got there lying around.
Just a quick pan. Oh yeah.
Yeah. There we go.
That's more interesting than my booth, for sure.
And then it gets all messy.
Oh yeah.
In the end, sneak it.
There we are.
That's Brooksy's Bass Corner.
Nice, nice.
Yes, indeed.
You're welcome anytime.
So you're
Enjoy.
welcome to come visit anytime.
Email me through the website.
Email
I
him,
will
you guys
do.
can hook it
Like I
up.
said, whenever I'm on
I
the
will
road,
do.
I'll gladly stop by.
Cool.
There you go.
Beautiful.
So
Thank
we're
you
looking
very
at
much.
bases across the world.
Yay.
today.
Thanks.
Yeah, so
Take it easy.
Have a great weekend.
he said have a great weekend.
Beautiful.
Okay, so here's another one.
There we are. Wow.
4250, 42.5.
Nice. The
Nice
4250, and obviously people have to remember these prices are in dollars. So here in the
Right, not in
UK,
pounds.
you'd pay 4,250 in pounds for that 72, and that's my birth year base. So you need to be buying that, of course.
72. Well, that means I need a 70 coming to me. And of course, Swami likes the G&Ls, so there's a number of them
Yeah.
sitting here.
Yeah.
Here nicely
Hey,
as
that
well.
1200 ASAC's a bargain,
It is.
or is it a tribute? Is
No,
it a
it's a
tribute?
real one. No, it's a real one.
That's a bargain.
There you go.
That's a bargain.
Right. And then sneaking in the background, little
Yeah.
studio. If we want to be like
Mhm.
Sting, we can do Sting with that.
We should send that to Dave Swift. He'd be well up for that.
He'd love it. Probably be something like he's already got. Let's see. Okay.
He
so
probably
let's
sold
look
it
at
to him.
It's very possible. Very possible. All right. Let's see. Where's the? You should start hearing bass notes anytime now.
While you're walking around, are people buying stuff? Is there a lot of buying, or are people just sort of looking and chatting?
It's a combination, really.
Okay.
It's truly a combination.
I want to come back and put it on.
So here, we do it like this.
Cool.
So you can see a bunch. Now, there's the 72 telly bass in here.
Nice.
That's 3850.
Yeah. 75, 2,950. That's good. Good price.
All right, and 75 for 2,500. Of course, it's got some wear, but you know what we expect. 40,
Yeah.
40, 50.
These are time machines.
Right. So there's really one that's absolutely smashing. It's in the back. It's 14. It's a 64, 65. It's candy apple red that's been destroyed. It looks amazing. I'll get to it here in a moment.
Yeah.
I was messing about with it earlier because I know this guy. And he's also got an attitude bass here. I'll get to that in a minute.
Okay.
Because I was messing with him about it. Just because I could.
Yeah. Like I say, there's no rush today, so you just take your time and give us a tour. It's fab.
Put an old mini B bass or a jazz bass in there, you know.
See, then there's this guy who owns this place. Come on, dude.
Hey, man.
No, we're not videoing, we're live streaming. You guys do your thing. It's all good. And one of my good mates is here banging out on the jazz bass.
Hey, man. How's it going?
Hey, you're in England right now.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So he's banging out on this J bass for us.
Okay.
There it is.
Very nice.
Now let me flip it around again. So we've got this nice this
Gold.
little guy, and of course Billy signed it for him.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's sneaking back in here. You want to tell him about your attitude? This is Mike in London.
Hey, man. How you doing?
That's Mark. Tell him about your attitude.
Bass is loaded.
Bass is loaded is his
91 Billy Sheehan Limited Attitude 1.
Attitude 1.
Very good.
Yeah.
How's the neck?
How's the neck?
Yeah.
Super chunky.
It's like a telly bass. It's like the original. Although we have a telly we can compare it to. But now let me show you this, because this is.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll kind of give you some of these along the way, but we've got this. This is a.
Nice.
I don't know where the tag is for this one. I think this is a early 70s jazz. All one. And then we've got another 66. This one does not have the binding on the neck. So this one doesn't have that.
Yeah.
But then there's this guy.
Now, I like that.
That's my
So
fancy,
is that-
but 14.
What colour?
That is candy apple red that's been faded.
Wowzers. I was going to say, is it a burgundy mist? But
That's what everybody thinks, but when you turn it around, there's your L
Yeah.
serial number. I mean, this is quite a nifty, sweet, swell kind of thing, you know.
But so it should be for 13 grand.
I agree. I mean, I could buy a Volvo for that, you know. Let me see, and then of course, let me see what else we got. We got a couple of Spectres. We got a nice toothless, fretless Spectre. A few odds and ends, you know. Custom hairband. There's your custom hairband bass.
There we are.
Right.
That's the fella. Is that a Charvel?
It's actually a BC Rich.
Oh, okay.
You ever see any of those Mayans?
Probably not
How about this
not
guy?
unlike the BC Rich Yara.
90s.
It's Mayan.
John Mew. Yeah.
Yep, that's your nice Dream Theater bass. So that's again, this is almost all horses. Pardon?
He doesn't play it.
He plays bongos now. He's all music. All right, that's one. Can't find the other one. There's a few little more bits and bobs around here. We've still got the upstairs. The upstairs has some other things that the downstairs doesn't when it turns into a muffled roar, then you know it's
I think the microphone on your ears thing might be getting muffled by your bid.
I've got it right
But
here
it's
in my
fine.
hand, yeah.
That's it. Cool.
Yeah. keep it lower so that it shouldn't. The beard won't be hiding it. Okay. So most of the folks who have nothing but guitars have one or two basses, and of course they're all Fenders.
Okay.
That seems to be the way it goes. So I'm just kind of poking around looking for things that are interesting. Because, you know, when you see the same thing over and over and over and over, and over again,
Yeah. You get a bit blind to it.
Right. And then you have to go out to the food truck and have a taco or a curry, take a pick.
Yeah.
Oh, now here's something interesting. I didn't see this the first round, but you might find this interesting. Just a moment. So this is a 1983 BC Rich Eagle. So this is one of the original ones. Complete with the double cream DiMarzios and the four-way as opposed to the big preamp.
Very Bernard Edwards.
Oh, extremely. That goes without saying. That's one of those that you don't see too often. And if they do, they're ridiculous money. Just ridiculous. We're going to come back into the guitar zone because everybody's showing off. That's the way it goes. What did we say about Rob Winky and Novelty? Something about that? Let's see. There's something I saw. My head back over here. Oh, I see. So again, we've got another one for David Clark. This one's interesting because it's been modified. But let me show you.
I'll tell you, while you're showing us, I'm going to send him a message. Tell him to come
Do that.
Yeah,
Because this is a 78 lefty P bass, complete with DiMarzios and a Shaler roller.
2 seconds. Let's get this game on here.
Yeah, no worries.
Dave Clark coming your way.
That's Limbic. Oh, I found another one. There's another lefty in here. This one's a 69 Sunburst.
Okay. Oh, we've lost him. 2 seconds. He may come back. Let's see. I'm just sending Dave Clark here a message. Let's share this out. Live. There we are. It's gone 2 seconds. Let's get that. And we want you there. Bear with me, gang. I've got dogs barking. I think there's a courier dropping stuff off. Very good. I think we've lost Jamie there. Well, when you come back, just click the invite again and it'll make sense. So, we will wait for him to get some connection again. Get some coverage. He's using the Wi-Fi at the show. Ah, he's back. Here we go. Hold on. There you go. All back. Can't really hear your voice. Being drowned out.
He told me to come by with
That's better.
So once again, another one for our friend Dave. This is a 69 left-handed P-bass, which looks like it had a headstock redo because the logo's wrong. There's that one, and then there's one next to it, a 70. That one would be for me. It says Fuzzy on it. Kind of fun.
Yeah.
And then how about a 63 Jazz?
Yeah, I'll have that. That
A
will do
reef
me.
in. That one's a reef in, and then you've got a 65 in sparkly red. Oh, how about a 1952 P-bass?
That's not going to be cheap.
15,000.
15,000. Oh.
And then a 64.
See, my assessment skills are doing rather well today.
How about this? How about this bloke right here?
Woo! That's one for Mr. Sheehan, Esquire.
Indeed. This would be
He'd be
the
up for that.
Epiphone Rivolius 14.5.
Yeah.
And then if you want to get really crazy, how about this one?
There'll always be a taker. There will always be a market.
Always.
Yeah, very nice. There's some nice stuff in there. Hank Marvin's in.
We've got 60s Japanese basses.
Okay.
Kingston's Unibox, that sort of thing. Oh, wait, we've got it. We've got it.
There you go. There was going to be one somewhere.
You know it. You know it.
Thing is, if you jumped in a time machine and went back 30 years, it'd be full of them.
Right, it would be, and I probably have quite a number of them myself. Okay, how about this guy?
Okay, what's that then?
This would be a Rick.
I gathered that. Spec? Yeah.
Somebody took the frets out of it.
Oh.
That would be a 76. That'd be a 76 that somebody defretted and filled in the grooves.
Oh. Yes. Juice, I've seen your message. Can you do super thanks on live videos? As I can't see the icon. I think, as in live now, Juice, or do you mean watching live chats that have happened in the past? If it's for now, easier just to do super chat. So at the bottom of the live chat window, you'll see the emoji icon, and there will be a rectangle with a dollar symbol in that super chat. There should be super thanks. Let me just call up an old, older live chat, and I'll quickly check for you. Let's go for one of those. 2 seconds, just bear with me a moment, I'll give you an answer. Although it'll look different for me because I'm the creator, not the viewer. So yes, there is super thanks on the old one. So I would suggest if you're watching live and you want to help the channel out, feel free, you can do that via super chat and I'll do a big shout out for you. So thank you in advance for going down that route. But if you're watching older live chats and you want to help, then there should be the super thanks icon. So super thanks is a love heart with a dollar symbol in, and that's underneath the icons where you get thumbs up, thumbs down, share, all of that. So hope that helps.
So this should be
Carry
one you
on, sir.
Should recognize this.
Oh yes, Warwick, Woody, what's the name? Woody.
Nobby Mydell.
Thank you. Nobby, Woody.
Nobby, Woody.
Woody
Wachtel. Woody Wachtel would be the guitar player.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what's that? An 83, maybe? 84?
It says 84 on that one.
Okay.
Then we got a Steinberger, the full body.
Nice.
Complete
You
with the
used to
actual-
see those all the time in the centre of London,
yes.
especially around Denmark Street.
I know a few guys who have them, but they don't usually come out too often anymore.
And the daft thing is they're graphite. So
They are.
you're not going to get movement.
They don't move.
Exactly.
Do not move. Let's see. Go look around some more because usually I can find something to my
There's
liking.
some good
There's lots
stuff
of
there.
There's lots of lovely kits if you've got a deep set of pockets or a nice hefty wallet.
Yeah.
You'll see plenty. But so the Reverend guys have set up a booth with Reverend guitars. Some people do custom builds and such. Chink. For some other crazy naughty bits.
Is the show well attended?
Oh yes.
Some good numbers there. Good.
Right. Well, it's 20 a hit, so you've got to, you're going to make some good.
Yeah.
You're going to make some good happening if that's the case. So let me see if I can find this other one, because there's another one I saw. There's one on eBay quite often called Olivia's Vintage, and they've set up, and their kind of preferences licks. So they've got Rickenbackers, some classy ones.
Okay.
because everybody kind of has their moments. Let's see what else we got. So there's this guy here from Wisconsin. Let me show you this too. You might like this. Okay. Can I get a Geezer Butler from Sabotage in Volume 4, shall we? Sure. Mm-hmm. That's that one. And of course, right next to it, this lovely naughty girl. This naughty girl.
What year is that?
This one is a 68.
Okay.
The next to it is a 72. Look, it's your new jazz.
There we are.
There you go.
My birthday bass right there. Price?
$6,000.
Wow.
Right.
That's steep. That's steep. But then it is a black one. And they're so... if you can get... Well, Geddy Lee was using a 72, wasn't he? And that was black, so...
Yes.
His use of those has suddenly made black 72s very desirable.
Indeed. How about this wee lad? That'd be a 74.
Yeah.
Nice little Mustang.
Weird, isn't it? Because for years, decades, all those short scale Mustangs, Music Masters, no one wanted them.
They were 200
No
quid.
one wanted them at all.
Yep.
Couldn't give them away. Now,
Right.
this is the thing. You buy stuff, you never know when it's going to come back into fashion. How many people had those basses, slung them under their bed, then got rid of them for nothing? And now, name your price.
Everybody now gets excited about them.
Have you ever any questions about
Look again around. So as you can see, I mean, a lot of everything is well represented, and that's what we do for Nashville. So again, how about the guitar versions?
Nice.
And then of course, you sneak around the back row and you see.
Yeah. Nice fire glow one there.
Right. There's one there, and then there's a maple next to it. And in the corner of the sunburst precision looks very nice and clean for 42.
They're definitely going through a renaissance, all the Rickenbacker. I've seen so many of them, especially over here as well. You know, on commission sales, there's a very active market for Ricks at the moment.
Which is smashing because I've actually got 2 lines to send off. Of course, the only problem is nobody has 60 real ones anymore, and I just happen to have them. That's the fun part.
There's your pension.
Right. Well, the other one is a 70, and it's got 21 frets, and these were made for a year. So I have those two sitting along with me.
You're getting a big thumbs up from Dawson in Canada, saying thank you for the special treat on a Saturday at the Nashville Guitar Show.
Cheers, Dawson. Okay. Oh, look at what we've got here. Okay. Right.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
70.
Okay.
$6,000.
Yeah.
The action is extremely high. That's. I could
Okay.
throw
I'll reserve judgment.
Right. I could throw a cat through that.
Yeah. You put a little blanket over the top and have a snooze under the strings.
Oh, there's a
That's
wee
nice.
lad. Look at this one. I know it's a 6-string, but kind of cool, right?
Is that a refinish or is that the original finish?
No, that's actually an original.
Wow.
It's a 40th anniversary. The body is aluminum. Aluminium. Ding, 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 ding. You win a prize. Yes.
We gave you the Queen's English.
You did, and I butchered it slightly. Practice makes perfect to butcher the Queen's English, I know. Well, just remember, we've already been to the Louvre.
That's right. I did last Sunday.
You did. Okay,
I
so
drove all the way back from it.
Right.
Oh, that's nice.
Right.
That's nice.
70, that's a April 74.
Do you know something I haven't seen for a while is a wine red. A burgundy wine red.
Oh, the
Rick.
burgundy glow, yes. Yeah, people really like those. People really
shark
like those.
tooth inlays.
Yes, indeed. Oh, okay, something else of note. Let me sneak
You can like that.
And
You might need to do a few laps here. You're going to burn off all these calories because you're going to see things. When you go for the second walk round, you'll see other things that you missed. Yeah.
well, that's what's happening. So let me show you this. This will be the only one of these that's here, I'll guarantee it.
Ah! Talking of old basses that are making a comeback, and there's an alembic right next to it. I want to have a look at that in a minute.
That's Funkel's over there. That's Dave Clark.
Oh, Funkel, very good. Yes.
Right. And then, of course, we have a Sting that's actually signed by Sting.
Yeah.
And then the Fender Bullet.
That's 83.
It's something like that. Yeah, let's see. The serial number actually shows 1980, but
Okay. I remember the adverts for those.
right.
That was a burst that they didn't really do very much. They didn't make use of that burst.
Right. Yeah, that was kind of fun. They called that burst Sienna Sunburst.
That's it.
Right. 'Cause I had a P bass in that finish that I actually brought with me to Germany one time when I came across the pond. Let's see what else.
Good talk. Enjoy your
Ironically, there is a smashing lack of pink, but there's a few.
I know you're very disappointed at that.
I'm just such dismay. It's just such dismay.
Any walls?
Negative.
Ooh.
Yeah. Nothing of any major though.
I expected to see some of those because I thought a few people might. Hey, how you doing, man?
This is Johnny Stanton. He's in a band, or was in a band called Steel Woods. Yes, was is.
Good to see you.
Was. He's a rocker. This is Mike.
Welcome.
From the UK.
All right. Hey, man.
How you doing, man?
He said
Good to see you.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Superb.
Okay. Yeah, so how about this guy?
Yeah. Is it in a special?
Yes. Yep. It's 3500.
82.
Yeah, it's because it's G serial number. So it's got
82?
the thumb rest. Yeah, 82.
Yep.
It's got the proper, well, it's sort of kind of the proper bridge.
Yep.
Not clipped.
Active passive control.
Right here.
That's the fella.
That's
There
the
we
one
are.
right there. That's the little fella. And then,
That's nice colour. That's held up.
yeah, it looks like it's been in the case because there's no wear on the fingerboard even.
Yeah.
So there's that one now. But this, I got to show you this next one. You'll get a
What was the
chuckle out
price
this.
of that, by the way?
3,500. See, now this actually looks really cool to me. Let me show you this. I'm going to preface this. This is a Schecter, but this is a 1980s Schecter. So, of course, it comes with this.
Of course. And why wouldn't you?
And right.
To hang your coat on.
Can't
Clearly.
get more black. Yes, there it is.
Yeah, black and gold's a good combo.
It's a nice one for sure.
Yeah.
I had a wall in that color.
Nice.
Oh yeah, that's lovely. That's nice. We like
all
it.
amped up.
Amped up and in
That's
it.
on. Yeah, baby.
There you go.
So there's a little for everybody. There's almost one of everything except there's no wall, no JD, no GB,
No status.
no status. The Steinberger is the closest you're going to get to the status.
Kabiki.
Not so far. Those are hen's teeth.
And I've
Right
got
now,
3 of them.
special. Well, you got 3 things for the retirement for advert for later.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. So we got a couple. What is that? We got a refinished Kelly bass. Kind of interesting.
You are my first follower on Twitch, Dave. Well done. Remember me when you get to 10 million. I will, of course. Dawson, love. Hang on, that's the band from the cartoon Phineas and Ferb.
That is correct.
Wowzers.
How about that one? And then we've got one
Is
here.
that an original finish or is it made like that?
Let's just have a look.
I don't want to take up your time.
You're good.
So it's a 69.
in the middle.
That's kind of refinished.
Okay.
That's what it is. And the other one is a 57 Precision with a factory refit. So that's a 5.7.
Nice. Very John Deacon-like.
Oh, yeah, if you're going to play
He had
clean,
one
that
like
would be
that.
the ticket.
He had that sunburst with a white
And
plate.
that's probably.
Oh, yes. Well, it's 15 grand.
That just falls out your pocket, doesn't it?
Well, something falls out.
Yeah. IOUs.
IOUs and the solicitors come calling. What? So let's see. Lots more guitars out. So again, like I said earlier, when we started this adventure, lots of Fenders, lots of Gibsons.
I wasn't going to be
Another
that
little
mean.
Steinberger over there, little full body one with the white. Whatever here. How about a 1951 P bass?
Oh, I'll have 3.
Right.
Oh.
There you go.
Price?
Asking 20. There you go.
That's what it's going to be.
That's right. Let's look in here.
I'll tell you, while you're there, You might
Yes.
want to have a feel, if you pardon the phrase, when you're speaking to any of these retailers, going price on a Series 1 John Entwistle alembic.
I've thought about that.
Might be worth sounding out. See, so everything original except for the case, with power supply,
Okay.
and maybe feed that info back to a certain someone.
Right, indeed. How about this
Although
lovely one?
obviously, we're not tapping into the John Entwistle fan base,
No.
but
No.
you're going to get an idea of world market prices.
Okay, so this one has been refinished. Body's been refinished because you can see this would be a 62 because you've got the stripe and you've got the mute holes,
Yep.
and it's got a graphite nut and all that sort of thing. Let's see, what is this
Funky
one?
concoction. I like that.
Right,
P
another
base.
one, body refin. Interesting.
Yeah.
Let's see what else.
There's some nice stuff there.
It really is, especially like you said earlier, if you've got deep pockets. Or if you're a
I
gambler.
always find that helps.
Right. The unlimited source of ability
Or if your YouTube channel is raking in millions.
Well,
helps
there's that
too.
as well. There's that as well. Can't argue that one, can you?
Mr. Divine, if you're watching.
Well, yeah.
Have to on his plate and deal with it.
Well, you know, if you're buying a wall, if you're buying a $25 million wall, you know, that's kind of that thing.
There's definitely a definite lack of British Lutheran there.
You have to go to my flat, if you will, for that.
Well, yes, of course.
We're just moving around. Let's see. So there's a guy that I know who's here who has a booth set up. He makes custom pickups, and he made kind of an interesting bass because I did it up with him, and I'm gonna go over there. Somebody was screaming guitar earlier, so I kind of said I'll come back around. All right, here we go. Wait a minute.
Nice. Okay.
And then,
Well,
of course,
I thought it was odd that I hadn't seen any, and that's the first dingle as well in an olive green. Very nice.
indeed. Right, and it's got Leland scars. It's a signature bass.
So this is Ed.
Right. Now let's see what we got for that one. $62.95.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you've also got to accept that's with your tariff on top.
Oh, for sure.
That's got your tariff. Take the tariff off, it'll probably be around £5.
Well, you know, it all depends on the negotiating skills, I would say.
Yeah, probably a bit of that.
That's one of the things that I'm good at. So, you know, that's why I've had so many over the years. Oh, here's a little...
And again, I thought there would be more dingles there.
No. Okay, let me speed this.
Or is that the Nashville market? They just don't go for things like that. Wow, an Antigua music man. No, music master, sorry.
Mustang.
Oh, it's a Mustang, okay.
Yeah, so that would be a 78.
Okay. Well, yes, that finish, yeah.
Oh, yeah, Antigua, so that makes two Antiguas. Just keep strolling casually. People get blasted with guitar.
I don't know the names. I just know.
Okay, so just for fun, I'm going to show you this because you know me well enough. This is not a bass, but
See, I like that. I love
there's
that.
also a blue.
Metal flake.
Right, and then we've got a green.
Yeah, I can go with that.
Light, just, you can see all
I
the
can go with that.
Sure.
I'd have it with a white perloid plate, though, not a standard black.
Nice.
Well, if I was going to do it,
Call me old-fashioned.
yeah. Well, you know, if I was going to be, it would be all pink. So, you know.
Yeah. Well, Martin Sims would have always done a metal flake pink one.
Oh yes, of course.
But,
I can't
no,
argue
it
that,
wasn't doing it.
which is kind of unfortunate. Oh, look at this. This is different.
voltage is locked. Ah, nice. See, I like graphic. I like graphic basses and instruments. That's nice. Is that made for someone, or is it just an example of what someone can do?
No, it's a one of a kind that was done by someone in '97, but that's pretty cool. I mean, I look for colors. You know me. It's got all the colors in it. That's lovely, lovely.
Yeah.
Let's see. All I'm doing is just walking up the aisles. Again. Oh, goodness. Okay. I wouldn't definitely do this, but I would, and you know why.
Yes. There you go. If there was a guitar made for you.
That would be the one, yeah.
That's it. Needs a matching headstock, though.
Okay, so here, speaking of the Mustangs, how about one with the straps?
Short scale.
Wait, what's the matching?
Short scale. But then,
of course,
I go through phases of really liking short scales. But I love, Wilcock. Great short scales. But the old Mustangs seem to be what people are collecting.
Well, there's a Mustang here that matches the bass. It's in Lake Placid with the stripes. It's the guitar version, but it's right here. And then the bass version is right here.
I'll tell you what, there must be guitar hoarders and retailers who probably had tons of these things for decades, thinking, how the hell are we ever going to sell them? And now they can't get enough of them.
Right, because suddenly they're all back in style.
Premium prices,
Yep. I'll just cruise along again. Yep, you bet.
Philip Bennett.
Jamie, remember me?
Yes.
You still shredding? Where's your 335?
That's my 345.
We're
John
live in
Cooper.
England.
Oh, Dave as well. I have a Squire Bass 6 in the
what
Antigua.
up?
How you doing, man?
Hey, everybody.
This is Phil Bennett.
How you
gentlemen.
doing?
This is Mike Brooks. We're doing the live.
How you
Wish
doing?
you were here.
He says he wishes
Good
you
to
were
see
here.
you, man.
How you doing? You look great. I see you on.
Well, I'm still wearing pink everything.
It works for you.
Whatever it takes.
You doing all right?
Yeah, you?
74, getting old.
You're not getting old yet. Tell me when you're 90, then we'll
I
talk
still
about
got 3 Marshall 50 heads and a Soldado SLR.
it. We'll still get good and loud.
64, 3, 35.
It's good to see you.
45.
All right. Funny thing about
I'm just going to catch up with the messages. Dave, I have a Squire Bass 6 in the Antigua finish, bought purely on looks. Shallow, I know. Juice, you're a lovely man. Thank you very much for that super chat. Bless you.
Right.
Well done, sir.
Okay, so how about some
Super. Thank you.
some more
Very
adventure
much
shows?
appreciated. Good man. Thank you.
Okay, lad. Here we go. How about twins?
Well, it's never a bad thing, is it?
No.
But even when they're all butchered up like that, you just know they're going to sound good. So,
How about a 76 Bird?
no, I can't go for those.
Okay.
Cannot
See,
go for a
that one's-
Thunderbird.
That one's $4
It's not
grand.
going to happen. Not in this life.
Unless you're tell me something. Are you going to be Martin Turner on me?
No, I cannot get on with Gibson Thunderbirds. I never have. I reviewed one once. It was horrible. I just no.
How about an original Stingray? How about
Thank
an
you,
original-
Juice. Really appreciate that super chat. Thank you. Bless you, my man. Thank you for keep coming back week after week. Fabulous. Bless you. Now I do like a Stingray. You know this.
70, 45,
4.5.
4.5.
What year?
78.
Okay.
Not bad. Looks like it's been well loved, which means it sounds good, because if it didn't, it'd be in the case like a Queen. And I don't mean Queen. Oh, when I come across,
Yes, sir.
and of course the matching gear for the guitar lovers in the house. Okay. Next row.
go this way.
Let's see what we got. We're about to the end, so we've seen just about everything so far.
It's a 125.
Let's look at this side.
Juice.
Run past the guitar. I'm just about to start shredding.
John Cooper, yes, great to meet you too, John. Thank you for coming down last week. Cracking Uncle Funk show. Thank you very much. I can only take the credit for my bit. And with the bonus of trying your crazy bootsy. See, I told you that's what happens. Just tuned in, loving the roving reporting. You're getting a whole new fan club today, Jamie.
Oh, lovely.
They're loving this. Yeah. Excellent, excellent.
Okay, let's see what we can do.
Thank you so much for that super chat, Juice. Really appreciate it. Bless you. Nice. Yeah. Yeah. What's that? Let's see the headstock on that. What's that? Is it a custom builder?
Right. He makes pickups on the inside and make guitars with pickups.
At the moment, we've got your mouth moving to a soundtrack from famed guitarist Albert Whittle. And can't hear what you're saying, but the soundtrack's fabulous.
We've escaped the soundtrack momentarily. We've escaped.
That's
the
better.
soundtrack.
Now we can hear you.
Right, right. Okay, so let's go upstairs, shall we?
Cool.
Yeah, because I think we've seen now. The other thing you can do in these kinds of things, let me show
Now
you
I
this.
can really hear you. That's good. That's good.
I'm away from the guitar amps, that's why.
That's it.
Okay,
Called
so for
Albert
those,
Whittle.
right, Albert Whittle has twiddled on, twiddle-dee-dee, he's gone. So look about this.
Oh, okay. So these are blanks.
Right, you can purchase and make your own with your choice of woods.
Okay.
I'm just going to kind of walk through this now, of course.
I guess where you're based, a lot of people do that.
Right.
They kind
So
of know
for
what
once-
they want.
Yeah. So these are just rough body boings, so 120 for a rough body boing.
That's good.
And you can also pick the woods themselves
Yeah.
for the tops. So if we were going
Nice.
to WoW, look what we've got.
Yeah.
So that's, again, another opportunity here for things, because, people do like to put their own things together.
Mm.
What's happening?
Catch you up later.
Yeah, no worries. All right, let's climb the steps and have a look upstairs, shall we? Because once we get to the upstairs, we've seen everything, because we've been down every row and we've seen
Okay.
all the naughty bits that are here.
Mm.
Let's see what we got up here. Well, we've got food trucks. There's no curry, unfortunately.
You're going to just have to starve, I'm afraid.
Oh, I may be on an extended fast. There's no curry. They've got donuts. They've got fish and chips, which is all right.
Well, there's nothing there. Nice tub
Yeah.
of curry sauce over that. You'd be well away.
That would be wonders, for sure.
All those
So
omega
let's-
oils.
Yeah,
Make
providing
the hair
that
look
it's,
lovely.
put it in here. Oh, look.
It was a cheat
Okay.
dig.
It's okay. I roll with it like always.
That's right. Quite.
All right, let's see what we got. Rolls.
I haven't seen anything like strings and accessories and all of that. Does that not really go on over there? Is it really just about buying guitars, just instruments?
It predominantly is instruments. Because then, what it is everybody who's here kind of has a shop. And they buy, sell, trade. This is a buy, sell, trade kind of thing. So
Are Strings and Beyond there?
I haven't seen them.
Okay.
And I'm sure now I've just about been everywhere. Let's see what we got here. What do we got here? We got another Sunburst Precision, Cheap Sadowski, another Burns Bison
Okay.
in gold. It must be the reissue because it doesn't look old. Oh, hello. Just a moment.
Cool. Why is there no strings on it? 63, 18 and a half. That's what it's going to be, isn't it? But why haven't they got strings on it?
There's the strings right there. Those are flats.
Yeah, but why aren't the strings on it? That won't be doing the tension any good.
No, well, it's a fair question. But they're not on
You
it.
want to be looking after something of that vintage.
Indeed. What is this? Interesting. Let's keep on. Let's see what we got around the backside here. A few bits and bobs. Oh, what do we have here? Wait a second. So, all those, like guitar safes and like Inky and those kind of things. Mm-hmm. I think, go ahead. I think Gator has one as well. So, like this.
Yep.
Interesting. So, guy right here in Kentucky who makes cases.
Interesting. There's not a lot of amplification stuff either, is there? It's just people just bring in like a small rig to run instruments through, but there's no real retail.
No, not like that.
No.
Okay, so here's something fun for you. So how about a strap? They call these contour straps. Look at this.
Well, you know, if you're playing
With a cutout for
Okay.
your neck. It's got a cutout for your neck.
Right.
Interesting.
Right.
Kind of cool. Kind of fun.
It's going to keep you from hurting.
Different.
And,
There's a pink one even.
Well, that's got your name written all over it.
Man, you have to give me the pink
Birthday coming up, of course. You can buy yourself a little something.
one. Because you know we match.
hey, man, you know what?
What?
I got them. Those pink ones were an experiment. Hand me that, man. They're an experiment, and they're too thick. So I put them in the well, this was not. Put them in the bargain bin,
Yeah.
and this is $40.
Nice.
But what's crazy is how they feel.
Pink, isn't
You
it?
gotta buy
We're on
that.
in the UK.
You got to
We're
buy
doing
that.
UK.
How you
So
doing, my
guys are
man?
now in the UK. He says, hello, guys. Towards
Well,
your bass drum.
they're not just in the UK, they're
Bass
worldwide.
So actually, that's right. We are worldwide, aren't we?
We're
So
worldwide.
I play guitar too, but you're a bass player.
I'm a bass player.
Try that strap. It's going to blow your mind. And I got a lot of heavy basses. I'm a
How much?
Man in Dorsey.
For that one.
Well, artists.
It's at 40 for that one. Okay, let's see.
Hey, sir, did you try this? You got to try this. It'll blow your mind how that feels.
On there?
Yes.
Definitely.
Yeah, there's
cut out
one
for
there.
that, for sure.
And then we have a padded version for more comfort.
Oh, wow.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. It's made to take all of the
Grab that for me.
take all of the pressure off your
That's cool.
take all the pressure
I'm
off
going to
your
think
neck
about the
and
pink one.
You need the pink one.
I need the pink
Buy
one.
the pink
it
one.
says.
You want the pink one.
I'll let you know. I'll hook you up. Save it for me.
Put your
I'll
hand
be
in the
back around.
pocket. Buy the pink one.
Right. Just the way it
Buy the
goes.
pink one.
How are you?
Buy it.
How are you?
It's been a while, hasn't it?
Well, you know, you're in Texas now.
I'm in Texas now.
And we're across the world right now.
How you doing, sir?
This is Mike Brooks. This is Mark.
Good to see you.
Hello,
He
Mike.
says hello.
How you doing, man?
This dude makes an
Welcome.
amazing bass.
Superb.
Made a couple.
Where's the white one? Did you sell the white one?
I did to
That
a
was a
local guy.
fretless hollow body or semi-hollow. That was amazing.
Nice.
Yes.
Nice.
This dude's an artiste.
I've got
That's
some
what we
guitars
like.
up here.
Did you paint the Union Jack?
No.
Did you ever see the picture of my Rickenbacker that had the Union Jack flag on it? He's the one who
Ah, he's the man.
spot on. Spot
Superb.
on. Superb. I'll come see you in a moment. Good to see
you,
you, Jeff.
There you go. See a local celebrity.
Well, that's what they tell me, but I don't try to let that go to my head, you know. That's when wankery starts, and we don't want to be a wanker. Oh, I just saw something else that I didn't see before.
Okay.
Speaking of it, whistle, let me walk over here. You'll know immediately as soon as I flip. Oh, there's another grabber too. How about that? Okay.
Yeah, they're making a comeback.
Right. How about this?
Yeah. It's a Gibson, though, isn't it?
Right. It's the RD.
I'm going to float my boat.
I know exactly. I know. Wow. Nice. Those are making a comeback too.
You might as well give me an old oar. Like a
Oh, they
boat.
weigh like, those are like
String
10
that up.
stone. They weigh 10 stone. That's the way it goes. They weigh 10 stone.
Yeah.
Now let's see what do we got here. Okay, we got a mocha P-bass. A couple of screws.
We don't see that going
And a guy who makes picks.
Yeah, that's what he plays in deep oranges, and it's just like, I'm like, oh. I just love that when you can see the wood grain.
What's happening? Hey, we're across the world right now.
Tap.
How you doing, my
Carson,
man?
this is Mike.
Good to see you.
He makes guitar picks, so all of my guitar picks he makes.
Fabulous.
If I use him, when I use
He's a
him,
good chap, then.
He's a good lad.
man.
Yep, he's a good
Yeah.
man. Yep.
Nice to meet you.
So we're just bopping around. He said cheers. We're just bopping around doing the user. Good to see you, man.
Yeah, you too.
Right on. Okay.
By the way, I like the abject look of complete miscomprehension when you say, oh, this is Mike Brooks, and they go, it might be Fanny Adams. But if you wish to introduce me as Mike that used to write for Bass Guitar Magazine and Bass Player, that might register a little more in their consciousness, you know.
I can do that.
Good man.
Nice.
It might not. They might go,
Well, you know.
who?
Right. So once again, pink and blue for,
Yeah.
and then our
Paisley.
sneaky little Jack Bruce on the side.
Yeah.
I know they're your favorites,
Yeah.
but you know.
No, well, but that's different because I'm a big Andy Fraser fan and big Jack Bruce fan. So
Right.
if it's the 2 pickup one with the bridge pickup with a bit of honk, I'm well up for a bit of that.
So that's just the big bucker and the hand rest.
That's an
no back
EB3.
pickup.
That's an EB3, isn't it?
Yeah. So yeah, that's all good. Let's see,
Right.
let's see what else we've got, because we've just about seen it all now. So we're just getting about. Somebody downstairs had a Mutron phaser pedal for sale, an original one, and it was $150.
Nice. That's good. That's a good price.
Right.
But the problem with that is always, if something goes wrong with it, you're going to have to replace parts and then it loses its value. So,
Right. Well, that's.
but if you test it out and it's fine, you should be okay.
Yeah. What's this? Oh.
Here we go. Look at the face on it. That's nice.
That's Lake Placid. That's
Sherwood
faded.
Creek.
Actually,
okay.
it is now. It is now, but it used to be Lake Placid blue. And of
Okay.
course, it's got the matching head.
That's nice. The price on that is not that. Oh, 21. I thought it said 2,000. I was like, yeah, that's
Right.
good.
But
21.
look at this. It comes with Provenance.
Ah.
Is there
Get on the
is right
phone to
there.
Geddy Lee. He'll buy
Right.
that.
Oh, he'll be all about that in a bag of chips.
Just a bit.
Okay, so you said something about amps. Okay.
Yeah.
So there's a couple of these floating about, so I don't see too many, but,
What are we looking at?
So we've got a Fender Bandmaster Reverb with a matching cabinet here, a custom 215, and I think that's a Carvin 810
Right.
behind the luscious pink telly.
Yeah, that's nice.
So, okay. And Arthur Wankenstein is starting to fire up downstairs out here again. The sound check of our way. The whole time. Squeak, squeak, squeal, squeal. Okay. So we have made the entire loop.
Yeah, let's go.
Well done, sir.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know.
That's what's the word I'm looking for? That's commitment to the cause.
Indeed. Indeed. Now, if I was truly committed, or if I was going to be committed, I'd have to bust out a little square piece of plastic and come across with something that would probably get me strung up later.
Yeah.
But we're not doing
I
that.
think the strap for $40 is good investment.
Yeah, I think
That was
that's
a nice
reasonable.
pick. That
Right.
matched your beard.
Right, it matches. You don't see. Oh, okay. Before I explain this, let me just say the beard matches the shoes.
Ah, there we go. Well,
So,
It's a Saturday.
It is. And these are usually only worn for special occasions.
Well, this is a special occasion, so
I agree.
well done.
I agree. So, yeah, so we've literally seen everything.
Grand.
Oh, yes. So, you know,
Well, shall I let you go and investigate further and do bits and bobs? And if you wish to come back, you've got the link, so I'll see you pop up in the window.
This is where we've been.
Yeah. It's good. I'm impressed.
There's an awful lot of wood on that floor.
Just a bit.
Right. Expensive wood. Now, if it was electric wood, that'd be a different discussion. Oh, yes.
There'd be a lot of shopping tills ringing.
Right. Well, you know, of course, if I was in Brum, there'd be a shopping till ringing. But you already know. You already know. Yes.
So that was grand. Well done,
Indeed.
sir.
Cheers.
Really enjoyed that.
Special time. Because this only happens, I think, once a year.
Yeah.
At least here. And I mean, they do these all over the country, but you know, this is some content that we wouldn't get otherwise unless we were going to NAMM show, and that's a completely different adventure.
That's a different thing entirely.
Right, because this is all the old stuff. This is this stuff that
also
everybody gets.
It's because you're in Nashville, you know, it's like Music City. People are coming out for that sort of thing. And they're probably, some people are coming with some readies. They're going to buy something.
Oh, yeah, there's a few quid floating on the floor, let me tell you.
Yeah.
Because everybody's ready to deal in some capacity. So, yeah. But yeah, we came, we saw, we conquered.
Grand. Really good.
Yes.
Very good. Thank you, sir. So yeah, if you are hanging about there and you're gonna go and have a mooch and a chat, then just hit us up if you want to come back on. If you want to bring anyone on the chat with you, it's all good.
Can do. All right, let me go scouting around and see who else is lurking, shall we say.
Go and get yourself a much deserved libation.
Well, you mean a livener? Well,
it's that time, isn't it?
Well, the curry spot's not too
12?
far from here. Oh, it's actually 20 past 1.
Is it? I thought you were 6 hours behind.
Well, it's 1:17, so 13:17 if you want to go by.
I've got that all wrong then.
That's all right.
Oh well.
Well, so for everybody who kept along in the chat, thank you, because I wanted to give you all something special this morning, this afternoon, this evening.
Enjoyed
all that good stuff. And I'll be back in a while, shall we say.
Yeah, cool. How much? You may even uncover some other treasures. You never know.
And if I do, be paying attention, because I'm going to come in quick.
Yeah.
Woo!
I'll see you as you pop up. Don't worry.
There you go. There you go.
All right, mate.
Right.
Rock on. Enjoy.
Cheers.
Good work.
See you soon.
Checks in the post.
Yeah, lovely. Should have a JD wrap. So there's a JD wrapped around the check in the post, right? Is that what I heard?
Yeah, right. Yeah, no, that doesn't work like that. All right, we'll catch you a little later.
Right on.
Take care, mate. Thank you.
Cheers. Yeah.
Bye-bye. There we go. Jaymi Millard, all the way from Nashville. The Amigo Nashville Guitar Show 2025. Fabulous. Really enjoyed that. It's good. Good to see the stuff out there. And again, as I said during that, you know, the prices there are in dollars. Some of those were less than I would expect to see in pounds over here for similar items. So interesting to see that. So there we are. Wow, that was good. That was very good. So let's have your questions or comments. If you've got anything, we can go into the bass chat. So if you've got any gear not working, if you've got any questions about basses, amps, effects, accessories, anything you want to talk about, bass, come on in. If you want to join me live here on the video, or you can do it by audio, email me at brooksysbasscorner@gmail.com. There's a ticker running along the bottom of the screen. If you email me, I'll send you a link. You click on the link and that will bring you through here onto the live chat, and you can join me and talk bass if you so wish. Very big hello to the people on Twitch. We're broadcasting on Facebook, YouTube and Twitch today. So it's a bit of an experiment, see how that goes. And everything's looking good. Let me just check the stream health. I think everything's good. It is. That's grand. That's what we want. Yeah, it's all good. everything there is working. Splendid. Yes, John Cooper, awesome guitar show reporting. Yeah, it was good. It was good. Very good. Clearly, as a guitar show, there's a lot more guitar than there is bass, but I thought he dug out some nuggets there. There was some good stuff there. It's funny, guitar shows, because you go to them and sometimes you go with like a load of money. You're looking for something specifically, or you're looking to buy something. And invariably, either the things you want aren't there, or the prices are so high, it's just like, no chance. But I used to buy a few things from the London Bass Show. I'd go around on the Saturday, if there was a bass or two things I was looking at, and have a chat with the retailers, and then either pay for it there and then and pick it up on the Sunday, or I'd go or I'd see things and then come back to it on the Sunday, usually Sunday morning. So the white lodestone on the wall over there, that was bought at the London Bass Show in 2013 when I was going through my buying up every lodestone I could find. And obviously I bought Betsy at the 2019 Bass Show from Barry at the Bass Centre. I'm trying to think, was there anything else I bought bass-wise? Those shows? I don't think so. But I was always buying pedals and strings and accessories and this and that and the other. Yeah, I don't think I bought any other basses. I think it was just the two. But yeah, happy days. Happy days. Hard to believe that like 10 years ago, last week, I think, was the Bass Show in 2015. And I'm there with Billy Sheehan and Mark King and Doug Wimbish and Stu Ham and Roger Sadowski and Sheldon Dingwall and all these names. It was a hell of a show that year. Possibly the best, I think. We did well that year to get all the names together in one hit. We did pretty good. So, happy memories. Very happy memories. It was a great show. Although Mark King was slightly drunk. Or hungover. One or the other. But his talk at about midday on the Saturday was illuminating. Because he was steaming. Seriously steaming. And I remember saying to Joel, you think it's a good idea to let him on? He's like... it's like steam coming out of his ears from boozing the night before. But anyway, he was in good form by the time we got to evening drinks on the Saturday, put it that way. But it's all good. So here we are. It's Brooks's Bass Corner, slightly different one today because we sort of staggered the time so we could join Jamie at the guitar show in Nashville. So it's 23 minutes past 6 here in the UK. You're very welcome here at Brooks's Bass Corner. Live chat 105. We've done 105 of these. I don't know how, but we have. So thank you very much if you're joining us in week by week. If you're a new subscriber to the channel, very welcome here. It's good to have you along. It's been a funny old week. I was trying to get over that 4,000 subscriber threshold, and the subscriber numbers were going up and down like a tart's straws all week. They would go over 4,000, then drop back down by a couple, and then go back up and down and back. Anyway, at the moment, at this very precise moment, we have got here on Brooks's Bass Corner, we got 4,004 subscribers. Someone joined while we were doing the walk around the guitar show. So thank you very much if you're there. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Come on in. We're a friendly bunch. You got any questions about basses, amps, effects, gear, great bass players, feel free to post your questions and your comments in the live chat window, and I'll respond to them as soon as I see them. If you want to help the channel, you can in the description box below. We've got Brooks's Bass Corner merch links. If you want a Brooks's Bass Corner shirt or mugs, caps, there's about 170 different products across 15 different designs. Feel free to take a look using the links in the description box below. There are affiliate links there for bass gear, so Amazon, Thomann, Anderton's, the Bass Centre here in the UK. All the links are there in the description box. I'll let you check them out as you wish to do so. If you want to help the channel financially and you don't want merch, but you'd like to help, the Fabulous Juice gave us a super chat payment of £19.99 about 26 minutes ago. Thank you very much, sir. Well done. If you want to help the channel, you can do the same. Super chat is at the bottom of the live chat window where it says chat or comment. Next to that, you'll see an emoji icon, so feel free to hit that as much as you wish. Next to that, you'll see a rectangle with a dollar symbol in. That's super chat. Allows you to make a financial donation to the channel. You don't have to. Watching the live chat and all of the videos here on Brooks's Bass Corner is free. But if you want to help keep the channel running, keep us going, everything has to be paid for. So the mics, the leads, the stands, the lights, the basses, the cameras, the pedals, strings, cleaning materials, the whole caboodle comes out of my pocket. So if you want to help keep the channel going for as long as possible and you want to help me, help the videos, help the channel within the algorithm, Super Chat is fabulous. Also, any video here on the channel is has a facility called Super Thanks, which is the same thing as Super Chat. It's just if you watch a video and you like something, or you enjoy some of the information I give you, or you find it educational, or I solve a problem that you might have with your gear, and you suddenly think, oh, that's helped. All the videos have the super thanks option. So along the row of icons underneath the video window, where you see thumbs up, thumbs down, share, save, bookmark, watch later, all of that sort of thing, you'll see a love heart with a dollar symbol in. That's super thanks. So between super chat and super thanks, you can financially donate to the channel if you wish to do so. You don't have to, but it really helps me, helps the channel, and helps the videos. So there we go. So that's all of that dealt with. So let me know if you've bought any new gear over the past week. If you've got your eye on something, you're looking to buy something new. I've kind of settled on everything at the moment. Everything's going kind of good. Doing all my gigs last week. Did gig last night. Got gigs coming up. Festival season's approaching. Everything's good here. Gig bags are fine. Basses are going in and out of the workshop. Been filming a bit this week. Strings, setups, adjustments, checking everything is roadworthy. I hate picking up a bass, turning up to a gig and something's not right. So I tend to do all of my prep, make sure the basses, all the controls are on securely, all the strings are good. I do all of that in my workshop here at home. So been getting a couple of basses ready. Decades of dance rehearsal tomorrow. Got a couple of basses ready to go for that. So it's busy here at Brooks's Bass Corner. Got lots of new videos coming up this weekend. This week, sorry. Not this weekend. I'm out rehearsal tomorrow. But the next 10 days, once I get tomorrow out of the way, I've got no gigs until the 2nd of April. So I've got a nice sort of extended period where I can just sort of start banging the videos out every 2 days. So keep an eye here on the channel and you'll see everything as it gets uploaded. Just checking all the email. That's all good. We've got no one else looking to join in at the moment. That's fine. But if you want to join me here on the live chat and we can talk either via video window, or we can talk via audio. If you want to do that, you don't want your face on camera, that's fine. You just turn the camera visual facility off and you'll come through via audio, so we can have a chat that way. Email is at the bottom of the screen. Email me at brooksysbasscorner@gmail.com. I'll send you an invite when I get your email, and then you click on the invite and it will bring you through here on the window, and then I bring you onto the screen. That's how it all works. Very easy. So as I said earlier, next Saturday is the last of the Saturday live chats for the time being. We'll bring those back after Christmas and New Year, at the start of next year. But from the 1st of April, we're now going back over to the not Wednesday, what am I talking about, Mike? Put your teeth in, get your brain in gear. Tuesday nights from 8 p.m. here in the UK, we'll be going back to that slot for the live chats. I know those of you in the US, you'll probably be at work. It'll be the afternoon and lunchtime for most of you. It's just the way it is. Unfortunately, once we get into April, my gig diary sort of explodes a bit, and the Saturday afternoons, I'm generally going to be driving between the hours of 12 and 4 literally every Saturday, and just can't run a live chat like that while I'm driving. It's not really safe either, but I can't respond to your messages because I'm concentrating on the road, so I can't see your messages as you're posting them in the live chat window. So what we're going to do is the live chats go back to Tuesday nights, but it does mean that when I get to my gig on a Saturday, we can start doing impromptu live chats. So they're not always scheduled, and I'm at the mercy of Wi-Fi and mobile internet coverage where I am, where the gig is. So some Saturdays it won't be possible because my phone will have no coverage, but hopefully, fingers crossed, a lot of the gigs on the Saturdays will have good internet coverage. God, don't buy teeth from a catalogue, I tell you. Put them back in, and that's lovely. That if I don't have good internet coverage, the live chat can't happen. But if I do, then we can do an impromptu one. So they are a bit unannounced. Until I get to the venue where we're playing, I just don't know. But I'm hoping that it all works out for the best. So keep an eye on the channel on Saturdays. And if you're subscribed to the channel and you've got the notification bell tagged for all notifications, you'll know when I go live. So keep watching. And there's a lot of festival gigs for us with Uncle Funk over the summer. Got quite a few Queen shows as well. A couple of ABBA shows. There's a couple of wedding sort of covers things as well. So promises to be a busy old summer. Should be good fun though. Looking forward to it. Winter's been too long this year. So can't wait to get out there, do the thing. So we're up to date on everything here. I think, yeah, that's, yeah. I'm just checking no one's trying to come onto the live chat live. No, we're up to date there. So it's all good. I'm sure we'll hear from young James again. So I'm rearranging my windows here so that I can have as much of the StreamYard window open as possible. It's all good. There we go. That's better. So let me know your bass exploits. What you've been up to this week? Anyone out gigging? Anyone out rehearsing? What are you rehearsing for? What you got coming up? Where are your gigs? Who are your gigs with? I know what I was going to do. If I can quickly find John Cooper's pictures, I think I can. Hope I can. Now, where did I put them? There we go. I've got John's stuff here. So we got videos, which you won't be able to hear the audio, I don't think. You might or you might not. Normally when I run video clips, you don't get to hear the video, but you can see what we did last week. So let me go in here. Let's present some of this. So hope you don't mind me putting this up, John. So here is a picture of me, young John Cooper, and an equally young Jerry Blair. So this is the three of us convening the Brooks's Bass Corner bass union, of course, last Saturday. There was an issue with your file. Great. I suspect that StreamYard throwing a paddy possibly with the file format. So let me try and do it as a different file. Bear with me a moment, gang. Wait for the hard drive to fire up. Anytime today's good. There we are. Right, let's have a look. I think the videos should play okay. Okay, let's resize that. Close. Resize that again. There we are. Right, let me save that as a JPEG. We'll see if that works. Should be better. Right, let's try that again, shall we? Image file. Go for the JPEG mic, that one. There we go. There you go, 3 handsome chaps. I'm looking a little weather beaten because I've just finished the gig, and I'd also had the Uncle Funk headpiece, which completely ruins your hair. And obviously I'm trying to say something as well, so there you go. So young Jerry Blair on the left there, me looking ruffled in the middle, and the lovely John Cooper looking very svelte. Well done, John. There with my Status Empathy, the red one. That's what I used for the second set last week. I had the Bootsy bass for the first set. That was an interesting first set. Fighting that bass. Oh my days. Well, as you know, John and Jerry, you now appreciate the balance issue with that bass. So I showed them both. I put the Bootsy bass on, took my hands away, and the thing just flipped straight away. But there we are. Let me show you some of the videos. Let's see if I can get some of those running. Hopefully. Okay. Whoops, it looks like your video file doesn't have a video track. What's that all about? I have to run those files then through my editing software and save them again as an MP4. Not to worry, I'll show you them next week, gang. It'll be too time consuming. It'll be very boring watching me edit videos. I'll do that next week. I'll show you them next week. Oh, I see there are a load of other JPEGs there. Oh, well, I can do that. That's fairly quick. That's nice and quick. Let me open this. Just put a couple of these in. They just need resizing and saving in a different format. So, here's one for you. Right, I want to open. Me in full flight. Oh, need to resize this quite a bit. There we go. See if we can bring that one up for you. There you go. Me doing my thing. Last Saturday. Get rid of that banner for a minute. There we go. So, yeah, LEDs in full effect. All suited and booted. Doing my thing. It's a great gig, actually. We had really good fun last week. It was the audience were great as well. And seemed to be up for a good party from the moment we sort of set foot on the stage. Really, it was good, very good. There's a good picture there, give you an idea of the gig. Yeah, it's a big old place. Right, save that as good shot, John. Well done. So let's remove that from there, and so here's the gig. That's where we were playing. Got a very high ceiling. The sort of frequencies fly around a bit, so you get a lot of echo and and bounce going on. But once you got people in there, it changes quite noticeably from sound check. So, yeah, that was our Saturday last week. And I think next one for us is, so obviously Decades of Dance on the 12th. Actually, let me just check my diary. Gigs are coming in and going out at a rapid rate of knots at the moment. So, that's tomorrow. Supersonic Queen on the 2nd. Request Show on the 4th. So Decades of Dance in Bishop Stortford at Home and Eat on the 12th. Then we got a private do on the 19th, which is in London. And then we don't actually have another Uncle Funk show until towards the end of May. So then we're into wedding and birthday territory. And our next public show after that Decades of Dance show in April is 7th of June, when we're at Saltasia Festival in Malden in Essex, which is on the 7th of June. And we're on the bill with Shack Attack, and I think the real thing... Actually, let me just check before I start reeling off names and get it all wrong. We are on with... See, they've got it listed on... Oh, that was last year. Very good, Mike. Well done. Right, we want that. We want that. It's April. Where's your... Essex, there we go. We are on with Shalimar, Earth, Wind and Fire Experience, Incognito, The Real Thing, Shack Attack, Harry Cambridge as Luther Vandross, and there's us. And I would imagine between us and Harry Cambridge we'll be on first. I know we've got an evening gig elsewhere later that day, so it's going to be a bit crazy. Should be a good gig though. And I'm hoping to meet George Anderson from Shack Attack. We know of each other online, but we've never actually met. So hopefully get time. If he gets there before we've performed and gone, hopefully get to say hello to him with a bit of luck. Dave, is that JK from Jamiroquai on bass there? No, it's me. So I get asked this question, why do we wear the feathery things? So the old version of Uncle Funk used to dress in lots of white, lots of sequins, big afros, crazy afros. And when the band changed in 2020, band went one way, band leader went the other, he decided he didn't want to do the same thing clothing-wise that they'd done for many years. Also, that the old band were going to set up their own band, and there was obviously going to be another band looking very similar. So there was that, but then there was the whole Black Lives Matter thing, and it just seemed a little politically incorrect and maybe a bit distasteful to carry on doing that sort of comedy 70s disco look. So Simon, our band leader, decided he wanted to go more for a Brazilian carnival sort of look, which is where all the feathers and stuff came in. So sort of black sequiny shirts, sort of lycra leggings with a flare at the bottom with flames, Disco Inferno, fire, and also the lineup of the band when we were in lockdown and as we came out of lockdown, we had the two sisters on board and they did a lot of fire eating and sort of tricks with fire and all that sort of thing. So the whole fire element of the show was like a bit of a selling point. But that's where all the feathers and stuff came from. Instead of wearing big afro wigs, was to make it look more like a sort of Brazilian carnival sort of vibe. And it worked. And it's I get people ask me about it all the time. How long we carry on with that look, I don't know. It seems to have worked pretty well since we came out of lockdown. So it's all good. It's all good. But yeah. But really looking forward to doing those shows once we get in the summer. Should be good. Love doing festival season. Now, also, just before I came on the live chat, a guy called Glasser Cannon. I don't know where you're based, mate. Left me a message on the Did You Take Drop Pedal video. I'm going to reply to your message when we come off, but I just thought I'd mention it here on the live chat in case you're watching. And you say, where do you have this pedal in your chain? Also, have you had any success using the drop with a 5-string bass? My buddy keeps writing in F-sharp standard, and I keep having issues when I put my active 5-string into the pedal, even after lowering the volume and EQ. So I'm just going to ask you a couple of questions, which I'll put in the reply message. But if you're watching this live chat, I put the drop pedal directly after my tuner pedal. So it's like the very first effect after the tuner, because the tracking is imperative. It's the most important sort of facet to make that pedal work properly. Same as octave pedals. You want the tracking as clear as possible. You don't want it elsewhere in the chain, because then you've got all the residual noise and background issues from going from pedal to pedal to pedal to pedal. You don't want your signal to sort of deteriorate as you're going through all of that. So really you want it as like your first pedal after a tuner. Have I had success using the drop with a 5-string bass? I haven't used it with a 5-string bass. I rarely play 5-string unless someone needs it on a gig or I'm asked to do that. I'm predominantly a 4-string player, just because that's what works for me. It works for the bands that I'm playing in. So I haven't used it with a 5-string, so I couldn't comment on that. And you then say your buddy keeps writing in F-sharp standard. So I'm assuming when you say that, are you saying that your mate's writing in F-sharp standard and you're tuning your low B string, you want that to be an F-sharp, not a B? If that is the case, there's your problem. Because what's happening is, if you're using the drop pedal to get from B to F-sharp, well, crikey, you're going 1, 2, 3, 4, you're going down 5. Well, I say in the video, the pedal kind of works for between two semitones is fine, 3 is passable, 4 you might get away with, but once you go any further than that, it isn't going to work on bass. It work on guitar and keys because they're higher frequencies. On bass, kind of once you go past 4 steps, it's not going to be great. And so if you're saying you're playing a low B string on a 5-string and you want that to be hitting F sharp, so if you play the string open, it's a B, but you want the pedal to take it to an F sharp, it's not going to happen. Not with that pedal, not at that price point. In fact, I don't know if you will find a drop tuning pedal that's going to do that. You might be able to do it with plugins, or there may be a more expensive rack mount or something in a processor that might do it, but you're gonna struggle. And I don't know the way around it. I think you're probably gonna, clearly you're playing metal if that's what's going on. I think you're gonna have to play the F sharp in an F sharp position on the E string. I think you could try and add an octave pedal to it, but again, the tracking's going to be so low. I just don't think it's going to work. I think you'd be better off. I was going to say throwing in a keyboard bass track, but that completely goes against the principle of it, doesn't it? I don't know. I don't know what the solution is. And I do get people ask this question of the drop pedal video all the time. It's like, well, I'm doing these really, really low tunings and it doesn't sound very good. Well, the pedal's only like £110 here in the UK. It's not an expensive bit of kit, but you're asking it to do serious studio quality effect. And at that price, it's not realistic. And I say in the video multiple times, on bass, this works for 1 semitone, 2 semitones, 3 semitones. After that, 4 might be passable. From that point on, it's going to be flappy. It's going to be very synthetic sounding. You're losing treble and top end, and it just doesn't sound that great. But for what I need it to do, which is usually 1, 2, or 3, maybe 4, I have no qualms with it. And I think for what that the price of that pedal justifies what I'm saying in that video. But then you get people go, oh, it doesn't do such and such and such. Because you're setting a parameter that's far wider than what that piece of equipment can do realistically. Yes, you'll get a better response on guitar or keys, but you're dealing with higher frequencies. Bass is low frequency, it's power. It's a different thing. These pedals can only do so much. It's not the answer to every drop tuning problem. They're just not. So you'd have to look at a more expensive piece of equipment, and I don't know what that is, because I'm quite happy with what these pedals do. I've used these now since 2019. I have no issues with it at all. So that's my 2 penneth. So if you're watching this live chat, there we go. I will respond to your message once I come off this live chat. I'll give you a better, fuller response, shall we say. It is 9 minutes to 7 here in London town, here in the UK. Live chat 105 here on Brooks's Bass Corner. You're very welcome. Good to see you. Come on in if you've got any problems or any questions or queries regarding bass gear, bass players, anything to do with the world of bass guitars, what we're here for. We're here, it's obviously Saturday today. We've got one more Saturday to come, which is next Saturday. Then we revert back to 8 p.m. on Tuesday evenings, 8 p.m. here in the UK. I hope some of you will traverse over to that slot. It'd be great to have your company on Tuesday evenings. We used to do the Tuesdays. Reasonably popular. Worked pretty well. But we've been doing the Saturdays since the start of the year just to try something different. See how it goes. And it's been okay. It's been good. It's been good. But as I said, on Saturday afternoons between the time of midday and 4 p.m, I'm generally going to be driving over the next 6 months. So trying to hold a live chat while I'm driving. And again, not being able to confirm what network coverage I'm going to have on my phone, it doesn't really make much sense. So we're going to go back to the Tuesdays, but wherever possible, I'll try and do an impromptu live chat when I'm at the gig. We will see how it all pans out. So if you're watching this live chat after the event, you can still get involved in the conversation. Just leave comments in the comments section. I'll come back to you as soon as I get a notification from YouTube to say you've left me a comment. So feel free to get involved in the conversation. If you want to join me live here, you can. There's an email running in the ticker at the bottom of the screen. Email me at brooksysbasscorner@gmail.com. I'll send you an invite. You click on the invite and then you come to screen. And we can talk bass. So if you've got a problem with a bass guitar, amp, pedal, trying to restring your bass, don't know what you're doing, feel free. I'll try and guide you through, offer you as much advice as I possibly can, and we'll get it all up and running for you. Please feel free to give the live chat a thumbs up. Very much appreciate it in advance. Best thing you can do for the video, for the channel. Likes on videos, comments, sharing the videos out to social media, all very handy. Immensely important to the channel and to the success of each video here on the channel. I don't ask for subscribers anymore. I'm more than happy if people want to subscribe to the channel, but views are not indicative of the number of subscribers you've got. The most popular videos here on the channel far outstrip the number of subscribers I've got. So it's more about people watching the videos, getting involved in the videos, enjoying what we're doing, commenting, sharing. But if you wish to subscribe to the channel, feel free. Dave, that's spooky. I'm restringing another new bass. Another one? Or is this a bass you've already told me about in the past? What are you restringing and what are you putting on there? Let me know. So no gig for me tonight, even though it's Saturday. I did a gig last night, but no gig tonight. It's a Saturday off for me. But 6-hour rehearsal tomorrow. So once this live chat's finished, cook dinner, and then it's probably about 3 hours of rehearsing before I hit bed. Oliver Bowen, good to see you. Welcome. How you doing? Come on in. Got any questions? Nice JD headstock in your profile picture there. And Dave, I've just twigged that you're you're posting across 2 different platforms, both YouTube and Twitch. You clever soul. How about that? Thank you for the heads up on that, by the way. We'll see how it goes. I haven't really delved into it. I haven't had time this week, but I'll take a look on Monday and see what Twitch is all about. See if we can use it to boost the channel. It's that Squire Jazz with maple neck. Very good. I had my eye on last week. Okay, going with the Darios. Okay, rounds, flats, half wounds, nickels, steels. What are you using on there? Don't forget to stretch your strings in once they're on. Stretch them, but tune it up to pitch. Stretch them. Play it. Tune it again. Stretch the strings. Tune it up. Play it. Stretch the strings again. Tune it up. Eventually you get to a point where you can stretch the string and it doesn't go drastically out of tune. Then you're ready to play. Just checking the emails. No one's coming in live at the moment. Where are we? It's all good. Stream health is good too. That's what we like to see. Just see your message. Nickel rounds, lightweight. Okay, 35.95s. The lighter gauges are easier for me because I'm a noob. Okay, and yes, I do the stretching. Good, I learned that the hard way. Okay. Also, if you're putting lighter gauge strings on, what was on there before? If they were a heavier gauge, you're going to need to do a minor tweak on the truss rod. You may also need to you may also need to raise your action a smidge. So if you have 4000s or 4505s on there, you will need to do those tweaks. Otherwise, you're going to find the strings are too low to the fingerboard, although you might like that, but then in that case, you may need to drop your pickup height. But also, you don't want the strings choking on the fingerboard, and if the truss rod is adjusted to accommodate heavier strings, lighter strings, you're going to need to, you'll soon work it out. If they're bottoming out, then you want to just slacken the truss rod a little, like a quarter turn. You'll feel it go, and then reappraise it. Give it an hour or two. Let the tension change on the neck and the new strings. See how the bass takes to it. If you have got a concave neck, then you want to tighten the truss rod back up, quarter turn or half turn. And if it's going the other way and you've got a bit of a hump in the middle of the fingerboard, just give it another quarter turn to slacken off to the left. That'll be what it is. All this stuff sounds tricky when you're new. it's not. You just learn to do it over time. And as long as you do small changes, you shouldn't really encounter a problem. Unless you bought a second-hand bass and someone's maxed out the truss rod. But all the things I've just mentioned there, getting used to adjust your own instruments and doing setups and changing things, that's the best way of learning. And it can save you a fortune in the long run. It means you don't have to keep going to the guitar repair shop every now and again just for a setup. You can do it yourself. You've just done the truss rod. You've also put on a new nut. Very good. And go to high mass bridge today. You're a busy boy. Excellent. Good stuff. You'll notice a difference from the bridge putting that on. You may find with the lighter gauge strings as well that that gives you a bit more, it's not so much oomph, but you might get a bit more improved sustain, because light strings tend to not sustain that great. Less metal, less vibration, less of everything. So having a high mass bridge should improve a few things in that respect. That's all good. Yeah, that's all good. That's all good. And that's all good. Good. So I've got gig vlog. Oh God, goodness, there's a whole load of gig vlogs to come. Gig vlog 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and filmed number 9 last night. So I'm going to work very diligently this week to get those up and out to you. Got some reviews and demos to go as well. I've got to get the Bass Center Snakebite basses done. They're still here. The weeks just fly by, and I've got to get that stuff filmed, edited, and up and out. So we'll try and use the next 10 days to get all of this stuff, kind of clear the decks a bit so we can start doing some of the new stuff. Fretless Odysseys in the melting pot. The podcast also is... actually, I've filmed a few of those, but I need to have 10 of them ready to go. So I've got the first 3 will go up in one hit, and then it will be 1 a week for the next 7 weeks. So try and get those done too. It's hard. It's just a one-man band. It's hard trying to juggle all this and life and. We'll get there. We will get there. Seriously considering farming out the video editing now, because it's just too time consuming. And it just means it's hard to get a flow. In terms of output. It's fine. We'll get there. So it's just gone 7 o'clock here in the UK. We'll probably go for another half an hour or so. I was going to go through to 8 o'clock, but I think people have their Saturday night sort of nights out and entertainment to go to. So, yeah. So let me know if you're actually out gigging tonight and you're watching this live chat, and let me know where you're playing, who you're playing with, where you're going. Dave, definitely hear the sustain already. I thought you might. I think previous gauges were from National Grid power line up to the anchor chain. They were very thick and stiff for me to play. Probably 4505s then. Maybe, were they flats? Maybe nickels? Nickel rounds, maybe. But you'll find the 3595s will make that bass a whole lot slinkier to play. You may find over time you end up going back up a gauge to like 4000s, which will give you a good middle ground in terms of bottom end, quality of tone, snappiness, and punch. Sometimes with the lighter gauges, you're basically forsaking the bottom end stuff for the ability to have speed and bendability. Well, unless you're bending notes all the time, it kind of defies the object, really. And I know in my younger days, I went through the whole trying to work out what gauges work best. And actually on a Fender style instrument, light gauges, for me, as a personal preference, didn't work. The tone just wasn't there. And actually, if you end up playing in a band or with other musicians, you're just not getting enough bottom end, and that's kind of what you're there to do. So see how you get on. But if you're kind of a newer player and you like that 35-95 thing, go for it, because it'll get your playing improving quicker. But like I say, you may end up choosing to go for like one step up on the gauge ladder. If you like the 95 thing, you can get 40 to 95 sets. I know D'Addario do those. I know Rotosound do them as well. See how you get on. It's a voyage of discovery. Dave, here's a time filler question. You've probably been asked before. What's been your crappiest gig and your favourite gig that I've played or gone to as an audience member? Do you mean gigs that I've gone to watch as a paying member of the public, or gigs that I was actually playing on? You tell me. Give me the parameters, Dave. That I played. Oof. Crappiest gigs. Well, it's going to be a poorly tended affair. I mean, I have had gigs where gear's just gone down for no reason. That's usually fairly crap. And if the reason that the gear has gone wrong isn't obvious, that's really demoralizing. So I did do a gig at the Roadhouse in 1999, and I had Jamie Moses, who plays guitar, or used to play guitar he did Queen, he did Brian May, done loads of stuff, Mike and the Mechanics. He was depping on that gig. He stood next to me, and my Hartkey rig just gave out, just stopped working. And it was a dry joint on the circuit board, and I could do nothing about it. I couldn't fix it. I couldn't get at it. Had to take it for a repair. Got it to the bass centre about 3 days later, and Chris Ward just looked at the board and went, "It's a dry joint, mate." And it was like, well, at least you know. And he redid the joint, and it was up and working again. It went wrong again about 8 months later. And yeah, so that was a bad one. There was another gig in 99 in my old covers band. We played a place called the Imperial Gardens in Camberwell on a Sunday. And we had been informed it was a lively gig and it was going to be great. And it was anyway, it was the Maybank holiday, but it was the Sunday. We turned up to set up, and there was no one there. It was apparently no one came in till like 5 or 6 o'clock. So we set up, went to a restaurant, cafe, across the road. It's Camberwell. There's no restaurants in Camberwell. And had lunch and came back, and there was still no one in this venue. And we're like, is this a gig or is this just a bit of a lark? We're not really sure. And they're paying us reasonable money. And eventually the bosses there went, oh, well, there's no one here, but you might as well get started. So we did a gig, started with no one there. And the maximum in the whole 2 hours, so I think we did 2 50-minute sets, were 2 people. 2 people and a member of bar staff. That was it. And I remember the gig profusely because I had a car crash on the way there. It wasn't serious. It was, I was driving towards Clapham, and there's a set of lights as you head towards Clapham station. And if you don't get in the right lane, you're going to be turning right. And I was in the wrong lane, and there was a bus coming up on the inside. And when I looked in my mirror before I indicated, he was stationary. I checked my wing mirror, he was stationary. I looked ahead, put my indicator on, started to steer left, and as I looked left, he had cut me up on the inside for me to get back. He wasn't in his bus lane, which is where he should have been, and I ended up just clipping the front of the bus and lost the wing mirror. The one and only car accident I've had, and it was nothing serious. I just went and bought a wing mirror from a breaker's yard, and that was fine, but it was annoying. And yeah, we played to 2 people, so that was fairly crap. Trying to think what else. 4,500 gigs here, Dave. I'm trying to remember them all. Oh, goodness. I'm I mean, there's been all sorts. I mean, like the very first gig I did when I moved to Putney and became registered self-employed. The very first gig on my accounts, turning pro, was a weird one. It wasn't crap. It was just very bizarre. At a place called the Fisherman's Arms in Wood Green, which became Brannigan's? Not Brannigan's. Someone told me once on here. They knew what the gig was. It became an Irish pub. And it was very weird and very bizarre. Some of the old sort of Southern Hemisphere pub gigs that we used to do in like the late 90s and early 2000s, some of them were quite crap. Again, places that wanted live music, and they thought just by slinging a band in there, it would like double their revenue, double their income in bar takings, and it just didn't. And the venues weren't the sort of places people wanted to see live music in. And those places, A, didn't last very long, and your gigs there, they'd book you up for like 10 gigs and you'd only do 2. And that'd be the end of that. I'm trying to think what else. Usually gigs where the power's gone or something dreadful's happened, like big old fight. I remember doing a gig, we used to do a regular gig in town that I booked the bands for in the city, and I did a gig, not with my regular band, I had to throw a band together for a gig a couple of days before Christmas at the end of 2010. And we were doing this gig and a huge fight kicked off, and this guy ended up leaving on a stretcher in a neck brace, unconscious, just completely laid flat out. I think someone had smashed him over the head with a bottle, and that was all a bit... we had to stop just as we started the second set. The police were all over the venue, and they just said, right, this venue's shutting. Get your gear and go. It was like, oh, that's a good way to... Last gig of the year, and that's it. But, yeah. Right, going to see as a member of public. Best gig ever was Prince, Love Sexy, Wembley Arena, August 1988. Outstanding. Blew my mind. Changed my whole musical life. I went out and bought every album the following day. It was just magical. Even that, I've recited it many a time here on live chats on the channel. I had my cousin and one of my best friends who I still work with now and again, and we still regale this story, in that we watched the first set. And as the lights came up, because it was a show in 2 halves in the round, at the end of the first half, the lights came up, and I looked to my left, and my cousin's there, my best mate's there. And all 3 of us, our jaws were hanging on the floor at what we'd just seen and heard. It was like a complete blitzkrieg. Gareth Harrison, good to see you. And all 3 of us sort of looked at each other. What have we just witnessed? What have we just seen? That tour for Prince was off the charts. So that was one of the best gigs. Another one was a far more recent thing. I went to see Young Gun Silver Fox in a place called Nell's in Kensington. Very small music venue. And I discovered Young Gun Silver Fox in 2019, just after my dog had died. And I'd heard about them through a friend, but I hadn't checked out the albums. And little did I know that I could have seen them at a gig 3 years earlier. They were support for Level 42 on their 2016 tour, and they played at Watford. And I went to the Watford show, but I didn't come in for the support band. I was having drinks with friends. Now, had I gone in, I'd have seen them and been on the Young Gun Silver Fox bus a lot earlier than I did. But anyway, my dog passed away in 2019. About 2 months after he passed away, there was a documentary about yacht rock. It was a 2-parter on BBC 4. And they were talking about all the yacht rock artists and how it was a musical fashion that is what it is, but there's no one now making that music. Well, there is now. And they said, oh, but there's a band in London called Young Gun Silver Fox. And so the lads were on there playing, and I was like, wow, I love that. So I bought the 2 albums, and those albums kind of got me through 2019. I had them constantly on in my car, driving to and from gigs, but I wanted to see the band live. So there were clips on YouTube, and I thought, wow, they're really good. But I want to hear them do all these harmonies, all the instrumentation. I want to hear it live. I want to see it. So they had no gigs in the UK. I think they had some European festivals, but they had no UK gigs. And then they announced a gig at Nell's in the November. So this is like a couple of months before COVID, and just before their third album came out. So at that Nell's show, we were getting the first 2 albums and hoping we were going to get some of the third album. And the show was just unbelievable, outstanding. Now when I talk to Andy and Sean in the band about that show, it's like I say to them, Nell's, and big smiles on their faces. It was outstanding. And there were loads of people at that gig who had seen the same documentary I'd seen and were there for the same reason. They wanted to see this band do it live. And I stood there with my 2 mates who I went with, and all 3 of us were like, this band is seriously good, seriously good. And the bass player they were using was David Page, who's now since gone on to be the bass player with the Pretenders. And I recorded it on an MP3 player, and I've got the file. And I spent months listening to that. It was just, this is just a magical band, great songs. New album coming out very shortly. And that ranks up there. And I told Andy that, I said, mate, I've always held Prince's Love Sexy show as the best gig I've ever seen, but your gig at Nell's is a different thing. It's a different sort of production, but God, it was fantastic. And yeah, good news. Oh, Level 42, Cardiff Uni, which was a warm-up show, one of 3 warm-up shows for the guaranteed shows at Hammersmith at the end of 1990. But the Cardiff Uni show was the first of the 3 uni warm-ups. So it was the first time the band had played since the end of the Staring at the Sun tour and the Prince's Trust show in 89. Prince's Trust show was in the summer of 89 before Alan Murphy died. So it was the first time we'd heard any of the material from Guaranteed. To see Level 42 in a university, yeah, that was quite off the charts as well. So those 3 shows, but I've seen so many gigs over the years. You know, anytime I go to a Queen show is an important thing for me. I saw Prince again on the Nude tour. Wasn't quite as good as the Love Sexy tour, that's for sure. Hall & Oates on the Change of Season tour in 1990 at Bournemouth. First time I'd heard a Spectre live, I think. Bass player was a guy called Kasim Sultan, and he was a big Spectre user. First time I'd heard that bass tone in real life. Blew my mind. I rang up the bass centre the following day. You got any American NS2 Spectres? No. I said, what sort of price am I looking at? $4,000. I was like, ooh, crikey. So that thing had to wait. But that changed my outlook in terms of bass tone. There was a show they did they did 3 shows actually. I think 3 nights on the bounce at the Old Town and Country Club, now Kentish Town Forum. And I've got that recording. It was on Radio 1. You can get it on YouTube, and maybe I'll put a link in the description box when I do the link edits. And that bass tone is just monstrous, absolutely monstrous. And I remember thinking, that's something I'd like to either have that tone or get somewhere close to it. For years, I tried doing it with other basses. Kind of got close with my Empathy and my GB Rumour. But that tone is essentially a Spectre NS2, I guess an 80s, early 90s vintage with EMGs and a Haslabs preamp, and away you go. You know, it is what it is. But anyway, if you want to check that out on YouTube, you're looking for 1990 Hall & Oates Town and Country Club bass tone, off the charts. I used to go and see Roachford all the time. I saw Freak Power a few times. Freak Power gigs were always great. Always had good bass players. I mean, I've seen so many things. But the worst gig for me was Peter Gabriel at Wembley Arena. 2004. It was the most boring show I've ever seen. Now, people who like Peter Gabriel will say, oh, no, you can't say that. His shows are amazing. There was a load of production. He had the orb thing where he's in the middle of it and he's rolling around the stage. I couldn't hear a note or any vocal all night. The mix of sound was atrocious, absolutely atrocious. And me and my mate that went, we had free tickets. We won them in a competition, and both of us got up and left. I literally stayed to hear Sledgehammer, and I might as well not bother because I couldn't hear any of that either. And we promptly left before the show had finished. It was just, I was bored off my tits. Sorry. Pardon my French. It just wasn't enjoyable. And if I'd paid for those tickets, I would have wanted my money back. I was just like, this is absolute rubbish. But it wasn't. If you could have heard it and the show had made some sense, it would have been fabulous. But not for me. Not for me. Toto, I've seen... actually, the first Toto show I went to in 2011 was off the charts. Loved it. Loved that. I'm trying to think what else. Extreme in 92 was very good. I saw them in Bournemouth. That was really good. Very loud. I know that much. Cool. I was deafened for about a week after that. The last Mr. Big show, which was a year ago. Actually, that's tomorrow. Tonight, Saturday, it was the corresponding Saturday last year that saw Mr. Big's final London show. That was great. Duran Duran, I've seen them many times. 2004 was special because it was the original lineup. Yeah, just there's loads of great gigs, but the Peter Gabriel one stands out as the worst one that I went to as a punter. Gareth, saw the Stone Roses warm up. Let me put these banners on and get rid of that, shall we? Sorry. Let me read that again. I saw the Stone Roses warm-up gig at Warrington Park Hall in 2012 before their comeback gig at Heaton Park in Manchester. Okay. I assuming you're saying the warm-up gig was fabulous. I will assume. That's the assumption I will make. It is 22 minutes past 7. We'll go for about another 10 minutes or so. Dave, I also had god-awful sound at police gig in Manchester, sounded like a tinny transistor radio from the neighbour's back garden. Weird. I presume that was back in the day, not on their comeback tour. Bloody gutted as I was so looking forward to it, and it was an 8-hour trip. Ouch. Ouch. I'm assuming that's not from like the 2007 tour, the comeback tour. Let's just check that's fine. Yeah, that's good too. That's fine. And stream health is healthy. Good. Gareth, it was good. Yeah, crikey, there's been so many gigs. So many gigs I've seen over the years. Actually, one of the best set lists I saw on was a level 42, level 40 Mark King gig in 2000. So it was the year before he started using King basses. And he did a run of shows at the Jazz Cafe, which he'd also done the year before in 99. But the 2000 set list was fab. It had things like True Believers, 88. It's all on the Mark King Grupo DVD and CD from Ride on the Isle of Wight. But the set list was just off the chart. I don't remember much of it. I got very drunk that night, and basically I made it back home, but it was touch and go as to whether I was going to make it, to be fair. Blimey, yeah. Wasn't a well man when I got home, I remember that. Oh well, the joys of youth. So a big hello to new subscribers here on the channel. Thank you for getting on the bus. Hope you find some content here on the channel that you enjoy and you find useful. Dave, it was the reunion. Blimey, Echo, 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 and Tinny. I never forgave them to this day. Wow. They would have had big production, so yeah. Was it an outdoor show or an indoor show? Guys, saw the Manic Street Preachers and Suede last year. So, I don't like Suede. Actually, I don't like Manic Street Preachers either, but each to their own. Now, there's something about Suede. I don't know. I remember when they were around first time, and it was just like, I don't know. They kind of got lumped in at the tail end of the Britpop thing. And well, actually, no. What am I talking? I'm thinking of their stuff in 96, 97. They were already around during the peak of Britpop. So sort of 91, 92, 93, 94. Yeah, never did anything for me. There's a lot of music and bands that came through that period. I was at university from 91 to 95, and very little enthused me at that time. I kind of knew what I liked already, and a lot of the bands that I liked took hiatuses during that period. A couple of things came up that I sort of enjoyed, but yeah, a lot of that sort of, you can't even call it rock. It's like a lot of it isn't rock. It's kind of indie rock, but it is. Yeah. Anyway, a lot of that stuff just didn't do very much for me. And actually, during that period, I was finding stuff from like 2 decades before. So I got heavily into Yes. I was going through the Genesis back catalogue. I discovered Rush, although I'm not a huge Rush fan. But I was finding albums that would give me sort of an insight into what Geddy Lee was all about. And I was finding a lot of the old classic funk stuff, so a lot of the James Brown stuff, P-Funk, Parliament, Funkadelic, Sly and the Family Stone, all of that sort of thing. So, yeah. Dave, my first level gig was Brixton Academy. Oof. Was that 83? 82, 83? I think it's called Ace. Yes, there's footage of it online on YouTube. Must have been 82, I think. Yeah, they were on fire back then. What a bass tone. The energy of those gigs, I mean, it conveys. You watch any footage from 81, 82, 83 of Level 42, it was tangible, really. Yeah. So much energy in Mark's playing, but then there were a lot of things inside Mark at that point. So, yeah. But it's good to learn from. You know, you can pick a lot up from his playing of that time. You know, it's certainly something to aspire to. Lots of young players discovering it now for the first time. I mean, to have that excitement about something that was actually done 40 odd years ago, you know, it's great. I'd love to be able to wind the clock back and discover Level 42 for the first time, and Queen for the first time, Prince for the first time, and it'd be like, wow. And yeah, you're always going to get people that say, oh, I was born at the wrong time. I wish I'd been born at that time. You're born when you're born, but you can always go back and discover all this stuff. You know, there's lots of, you know, music and performance and all that. YouTube is your friend, really. It's all there to be found. You've just got to go out and sort of look for it. Read up on stuff. Read up on what inspired the bands that are around now, and then work backwards. You know, it's how I discovered things like Sly and the Family Stone. Was so many of the funk bands, and you know, the bass players were into Larry Graham and what have you. You've got to backtrack and go back through, and you find those sort of lineages. It's like family trees, and it all links up in one way or another. I think Roachford actually kind of put me on that Sly Stone thing more than any other band, because they mentioned it in interviews, and I was like, I need to discover who this Larry Graham guy is. I keep hearing about him, and now Roachford have mentioned him, and I was really a big fan of Roachford, and a big fan of Derek Taylor, bass player. Evening, Derek. And so I went out and started, you know, going into record shops and looking at, go to the Sly and Family Stone section, you start flicking through the albums, and I'll buy greatest hits, and that'll get me started. And then you start picking up the albums one by one, and then you discover Larry Graham has his own band called Graham Central Station, and that first album is amazing. And there you go. Gareth Harrison, one gig that did surprise me was Madness when the missus dragged me along. Never been a big fan, but knew the hits. They're a good band live. They're a good band live. We did an Uncle Funk show at Stand and Calling. I think it was the last one we did, so that would be 2023. Didn't run last year. And they were the band that was on, so there were 2 stages running. We went on after the band that was supporting them, but we were on a different stage. So we literally pulled everyone from the main stage, came to see us. And then as we were finishing our set, they came on and everyone left our stage and went to them. But that's the joys of festivals, and they sounded great. They were really good, still good, you know, but the material is what it is, so everyone knows it, and it's good time stuff, you know. Dave, I'm off for Din-Dins. Chinese has arrived. Good for you, sir. Thanks for your time. I'll catch you next time. Yes, you will. In fact, I'll wrap it up there. So it's 7:30 here in London. We're going to end. So thank you very much, everyone. Thank you, Jamie Millard, for fabulous service over at the Guitar Show in Nashville. Thank you very much, my friend. I will speak to you in the week, no doubt. Thank you to everyone tuning in today. Very much appreciated. Oh, Dave, you spoil me. Dave's just done a super chat. Thank you very much. Bless you. You know where to come if you need advice, pointers, anything. Thank you, Dave. Bless your heart. Have a great weekend, my man. Thank you. Appreciate that. Thank you. We'll eat this week, dear. We'll eat. So I will see you all on live chat 106 next Saturday. It's the last one of this little run, but we'll be doing another one 3 days after. But it's the last of the Saturdays. I think next Saturday I've got it booked in for 2 o'clock. I think. Let me just check the diary. Where are we? Yes, 2 till 6 next Saturday, 29th of March. I will see you here next Saturday afternoon for the last of the Saturdays, and then we revert back to the Tuesday evenings. So on that note, have a great week. Enjoy your bass playing. If you need to get hold of me, email me, brooks'sbasscorner@gmail.com. Find me on social media. I'll be checking out the Twitch account on Monday. Loads of long form content going up this week. Gig vlogs, reviews, demos, all sorts. Workshop videos, very important. Those have got to get up. There'll be some shorts off of all of those videos as well. And like I say, I'll see you next Saturday for Live Chat 106. So have a great week. Look after yourselves. If you're out gigging, you're traveling, be careful on the roads, please. There are idiots driving on the road. So you be safe. Look after yourselves wherever you are on the planet. And I'll see you next Saturday. Take it easy. Thank you for joining in today. Appreciate it.